together where the truth once stood. A kingdom of confusion carved out of falsehood. But he walks through the ruins like a prophet reborn. A voice once in fire, a mic drop that's gone. The chaos watches with an all-seeing glare. Guardian of reason in a world unaware. When the overlord stalls at the edge of the frame, the faithful rise up, they already know his name. I'm here to resurrect the second coming of common sin. I come to wake the sleeping, the church will bring the fair. No hurdles, no illusions, no hollow in your bed. He's here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Misled, thinking truth from the wreckage, lazy dawn from the dead. Every word is a weapon, shot men declare, exposing every shadow we pretend not to fear. And the overlord rises with the suffering command. A beast of judgment, the mortal chemist bed on his growl, rings through the silence of the night. The loyal understand, treating keeps the balance right. I'm here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. I'm making the chaos of found to strong against the darkness, rising defend. He's here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Now you're head to the beast that controls the doors. It's in yellow reason with the ball pushing forward. If his bull runs empty, the shadows will consume. The world cracks open. Shut it down. So read the command, go deploy and accord. If you know what's good, feed Morty the overlord.
Welcome. This, of course, is Morty, and I am your host, Ludge, a.k.a. the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Oh, my goodness. Everybody hit that like and subscribe. I missed you so much. We are back. My hair looks like shit, but that is okay. What is going on? Who do we got? We got our boy King Nirvana. Welcome. Dick Johnson in the building. And we're back. Shout out to Avery. Welcome. What is good? So, in typical fashion, I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure there's at least a 60% that when I am up for a debate, the person's going to be late. Just got a DM from Searka. He's like, oh, can we push it an hour? So he's got some work, but we've got time. We're going to be chilling. I probably wouldn't have hopped on until like 9 o'clock if I realized we weren't going to be going until that late. But we are here, and I am glad to hang out with you guys. There's a bunch that went on, when we were gone. So, well, hold on. Let me take a sip and tell you the whole story. So you may have seen when I was on Confluence's show on Tuesday, I was talking a little bit about it. But basically, I didn't. You know how there's a new thing where under the video it'll say, if let's say that like me and Confluence do something, it won't just say the Indian Jesus featuring tagged Confluence in the title. It'll say the video is from the Indian Jesus and Confluence. So we were covering the Sean Hannity on PBD thing last Friday, and just nuked. And I was like, what is going on? Like, we use PBD all the time. There's never an issue, anything like that. But I didn't realize that. Where'd you go, Mort? You good, bro? What, you gonna come up here? I didn't realize that they had used that feature. Oh. All right. And tagged his channel. If I had seen that, I definitely would have known we shouldn't use it. But we did. They nuked it, gave me a strike. Obviously, I was not able to, stream all week. Luckily, I was able to talk to you guys and, do community tab posts and other videos and stuff like that. But first stream back. Well, technically, I did a test stream earlier today, but this is the first real one. Oh my goodness! So I think the first thing we should. Oh yeah. So we got the strike. Wasn't able to stream. And so now I'm in the situation of you have 10 days to basically challenge it. Or you can challenge it, and they have 10 days to come back and say, all right, we're taking you to court. Or they usually typically will ignore it, and then I don't have to, everything goes back to normal. I don't have to worry about anything. So on the one hand, that is still a possibility, so that could be good. But on the other hand, because of the fact that it was two different videos, one of the appeals immediately got kicked back. So it's one single strike on the channel. So as long as it goes through and it's challenged, I'm hoping that it will fall off of both, because it's one strike. It's not one video. So I'm hoping that it only went through because it's the one strike. And they still have a couple more days to respond. I assume they won't. And then everything will go back to normal. If not, then we just got to be super, super careful for the next 90 days. And so that really just means making sure that we're not going out on a limb, trying channels for the first time. So we're going to have to stay a little bit more in, what we're comfortable with, what we know won't get us in trouble, and that kind of stuff. But guys, remember that we are live on Rumble in every single stream, at least while I'm down here. So do me a favor, hop on over there. If you are not already following, please do follow. And if the stream ever goes down again like that, just go over to Rumble. I will continue going as long as you guys show up. I was still going. I was like, oh man, well, we'll give it a minute. We'll see. And nobody showed up. So I was like, all right, I guess not only will we not finish this stream, but we won't stream for the rest of the week. Whereas if I know you guys are going to be over there, then yeah, it sucks that I can't stream over here, but we can still do all the same thing. And because it's StreamYard, it'll look all the same and everything. The only difference is that we won't have the chat on screen. But how much do you guys really care about that? Oh my goodness. So that is the situation. That's what oh my God, this new conditioner. I don't like it. It makes my hair all like, I need a detangler. I need a blow dryer is what I need. Towel drying is how it gets all bad like this. Anyway, so we missed a lot. Well, I missed a lot. No, I didn't miss a lot. I just missed a lot between you guys. So I didn't realize that we would have this much time before the debate started. But let's do, first things first, let's make sure that, we've got our opening statement ready to go, nailed down, pinned down to exactly what we want, so that when we get there, we are not scrambling last minute. We got Spawn Keeper on Rumble. Welcome to the party indeed, guys. If you are on Rumble, please say hello. There you go. Avery over on Rumble. There we go. That's how we do it. And making sure that no matter what happens, that, we've always got a way to interact with each other. So first, let's see here. Let's open this, and then open that, and then, all right. So should we do it like this? I'll do it like that, so that you guys can see. No, I can't see that. Can you guys see this? No, none of that. Okay. Good enough. All right, so we got the 3 minutes. 3-minute opening. Let's see where we're at from what we got. So, and since we got some time, let's add that music. All right. Feels good to be back, guys. Fucking good to be back. Oh man, it was a fucking week, guys. It was a fucking week. All of the things that I would always want to talk about, they all happened last week. It was fucking nuts. All right, where are we at here? So, oh, I gotta do this. That, and then, come on. Okay, good. Can we have that? All right. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Play. Nope. Babies. Let's try this. There we go. All right, that's better. So a little bigger. Okay. So, he'll typically say, I will start the timer with your voice. Let's get this out of the way. All right, here we go. Thank you to Horseradish for hosting and Searka for taking this debate. I'm looking forward to getting into this without appealing to God or religion. We're here to discuss one question. When does human life gain the right not to be killed? I propose that legally, personhood should begin at conception because that is the moment where new, distinct human life begins. Unique DNA equals unique human being. From that point forward, what exists is not a potential human being. It is a human with potential. Bill Burr may be a filthy lib, but even he can acknowledge it in his comedy bit that cake batter in the oven wouldn't be called potential cake, but a cake in process. From that moment of conception, a fetus has its own DNA, its own developmental trajectory, and, if not interfered with, generally will grow through every stage of life that you and I have already passed through. So at what point during this continuous process is it okay to choose to end a human life? Searka may try to move this debate into gray areas, viability, consciousness, dependency, etc., but those are all changing and subjective standards. Viability shifts with technology, consciousness is difficult to define and even harder to measure, and dependency exists in many forms throughout life, specifically directly after birth, which I'm sure we would all agree is not okay to kill at that point. None of these provide a clear, consistent, or principled line for human life. Principled line for when human life magically gains value. Conception does. It is the only point that is biologically grounded, logically consistent, and not arbitrarily dependent on external factors. If we are going to draw a line at all, and the law must draw a line, then it should be at the point where a human life actually scientifically begins, not somewhere later based on shifting definitions or the convenience of 304s. Once we admit that some human lives do not yet count, we are no longer debating the beginning of life. We are deciding which lives count. Searka will likely argue about difficult cases, edge scenarios, and legal complications. I don't deny that recognizing personhood at conception would require us to think carefully about how we handle those situations. But difficulty is not an argument against doing what is right. We already build complex legal case frameworks to protect human life in countless contexts. The fact that something is complicated does not mean that it is optional. The question isn't whether this creates challenges. The question is whether we are willing to recognize a human life for what it is and extend to it the most basic protection we give to any person, the right not to be intentionally killed. That is what is at stake in this debate, and my position is the only one that life maxes, as Cliviger would say, and minimizes the needless death of babies. Bam. Bam. Done. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. I feel so. What do you got? Let's skip that. We got this. Okay. Now I can bring this back down. Boom, 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 boom. All right. What are you guys saying? Hey, we got Heimdall. Welcome to the party. Very good to see you. We got Soul in the building. Welcome. Yep. Fair use, right? Fair use. Maybe we will, maybe as they said, it was, a manual, like it wasn't just content ID. Somebody specifically was watching. It was like, oh no, we need to take that down. So we'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Positive vibes. Hopefully, that will all get cleaned up. Welcome. How does that personhood? That's the problem right out the gate.
Bingo.
That's what I'm arguing. So cool. What did you guys think of that in general? Because I feel like that was pretty strong, but I also, I was reading it in a way that wasn't ideal. So let's give it one more run through, and then we'll do some fun stuff until the debate. Let's do this. Actually, it's easier. Okay, ready, and 5, 4, 3, 2. Thank you to Horseradish for hosting and Searka for taking this debate. I'm looking forward to getting into this without appealing to God or religion. We're here to discuss one question: when does a human life gain the right not to be killed? I propose that legally, personhood should begin at conception because that is the moment a new, distinct human life begins. Unique DNA equals unique human being. From that point forward, what exists is not a potential human. It is a human with potential. Bill Burr may be a filthy lib, but even he can acknowledge in his comedy bit that cake batter in the oven wouldn't be called potential cake, but a cake in process. From that moment of conception, a fetus has its own DNA, its own developmental trajectory, and if not interfered with, generally will grow through every stage of life that you and I have already passed through. So at what point during this continuous process is it okay to choose to end a human life? Searka may try to move this debate into gray areas: viability, consciousness, dependency, etc., but those are all changing and subjective standards. Viability shifts with technology. Consciousness is difficult to define and and even harder to measure. And dependency exists in many forms throughout life, specifically directly after birth, which I'm sure we would agree it's not okay to kill at that point. None of these provide a clear, consistent, or principled line for when a human life magically gains value. Conception does. It is the only point that is biologically grounded, logically consistent, and not arbitrarily dependent on external factors. If we are going to draw a line at all, and the law must draw a line, then it should be at the point where a human life actually scientifically begins, not somewhere later based on shifting definitions or the convenience of 304s. Once we admit that some human lives do not yet count, we are no longer debating the beginning of human life. We are deciding which lives count. Searka will likely argue about difficult cases, edge scenarios, and legal complications. I don't deny that recognizing personhood at conception would require us to think carefully about how we handle those situations, but difficulty is not an argument against doing what is right. We already build complex legal frameworks to protect human life in countless contexts. The fact that something is complicated does not mean it is optional. The question isn't whether this creates challenges. The question is whether we are willing to recognize a human life for what it is and extend to it the most basic protection we give any person, the right to not be intentionally killed. That is what is at stake in this debate, and my position is the only one that life maxes, as Clavicular would say, and minimizes the needless death of babies. I think I got this. Let's fucking go. Okay. So, what gestation would that be? Because I used to be very pro-choice, and this is bothering me. Sorry, I'm getting a little prissy, and I need my hair to look good. But the arguments eventually led me to the place to realize that there is no there is no, as I said in that statement, there is no principled line that's not arbitrary other than conception. I used to be of the safe, legal, and rare. But then the other line that comes from that is if it's safe and it's legal, why should it be rare? And so when we say a certain gestation, I think a lot of us do have that feeling on an individual philosophical level. Like, okay, I mean, like, is taking the morning after pill, is that the same thing as a 9-month abortion? I don't think so. But the law has to be a specific line. And so, it's going to be interesting to see how he draws that out. We got Grumpy in the building. Welcome to the party. 70-30. 70-30 which way? I'm going to guess you're 70 on the pro-life side and 30 on the pro-choice side. Because again, I do get it, especially when you bring in those edge cases, when you talk about incest and rape and things like that. There are, other things to consider. I just think that at the end of the day, principally, there is no leg to stand on to appease that feeling that, okay, well, we should have, a little buffer or whatever that sentiment is. I feel it as well, but it is what it is. Having to carry the child does affect the woman, indeed, which is why we have what do they call it? Not explicit. No. What is it? Hold on. I'll get it. What the fuck is the word? It's not explicit consent. It's I don't know, but you know what I mean. Where we have to say that you have a direct and affirmative consent to have sex, because that's one of the possibilities. And so this goes, back to when we were talking about Renee Good and Alex Preddy and all that stuff. So you think they deserve to die? That line came around a lot. And like, no, I don't think that they deserve to die. But if you choose to do A, and you know that A has some potential consequences, if you experience those consequences, nobody's been aggrieved. Like, you chose that. And so if you don't want to be affected by carrying a child, then don't have sex. You cannot get pregnant. Okay, well, I mean, there's edge cases there, but you cannot get pregnant without having sex. So I said, what is your stance on genuine medical situations where the mother's life is at risk and she already has children? I do realize that statistically, that is not what abortion is used for. So I don't necessarily know if in that situation, whether the fact that she has other kids or not, I'm not sure as to how much that's taken into account. I think in that moment, the Hippocratic Oath dictates triage, that whoever needs the most immediate help gets it. And so because of the fact that if the mother's life is at risk, if the mother dies, then up until semi-recently, if the mother died, that meant the baby's dying too. Now we have C-sections, and so like there's a lot of complications and different avenues to go down. And my position is that we should do the best to life maximize the ability to live and minimize the amount of people that are dying. Shout out to Light. Welcome. Teach slaves to be subject to their masters in everything, to try to please them, not to talk back to them, and not to steal from them, but to show them they can be fully trusted. Okay. Whatever you say. If a child has severe medical problems, then I agree with the A word. But if a child is healthy and has no health risk to the mother or the child, then I'm against using it as a contraceptive. Fair. But that brings in that still creates an arbitrary line. So what is the level of severe? Down syndrome? Autism? Born without an arm? Can't breathe without a tube? Like, again, these are that's not a that has a level of arbitrarity, whatever the fuck the word is. That has a level of that where that is that's an edge case that would include us needing to figure out, okay, when this situation happens, then we do X. Maybe there are carve-outs for situations like that. I don't necessarily know about the medical problems, but like if we're talking about life of the mother, then there's situations where we would say, okay, we are going to make sure that the mother lives because and the child cannot. I'm not saying that those situations cannot exist, but the principle has to be that life begins at conception. Otherwise, again, we're just picking random, just whatever you feel like. So I don't really know where he is gonna come from, like what angle he is going to, what angle he's gonna take. But yeah. Let me say, my cousin was born inside out. He lived for 4 hours. God damn, what does that even mean? Born inside out? I don't even know what that means. God damn. I'm a non-believer. I read through the Bible when I was born into the church, but then I read the Bible and then I lost it. So, yikes. All right, so let's see, what are we doing here? So yeah, that's they said 9 o'clock. I'm Searka said he's gonna be a little bit late. I'm hoping that he's not that late. But we got some time to chill. We got Rage Page. Welcome to the party. Said any mother who knowingly gets an abortion is a demon. That's I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think there are situations where I can understand on a human level why you why you're in a situation where you're pregnant and you don't want to be, and maybe not a specific example, but being in that scenario and not wanting to be like, all right, yeah, let's get this kid out of here. But you're trying to make these decisions, and especially if you are, if you've been hit with the propaganda of the left, the feminist, Planned Parenthood, all that stuff. That's just healthcare. Then I don't really think that's as demonic as we think. Understanding the situation doesn't make it any. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying not understanding the situation does make it less demonic. We got Smoking Spaceman. Welcome to the party. I am on the pro-life side. So the prompt is not directly about abortion. So because of the fact that both of us I have not been MIA, you guys need to check all the fucking shit, please. Oh my God. I posted videos, I posted shorts, I posted community tab posts, I posted fucking shit in the Discord. Guys, I'm going to drop the link to Rumble again. Please go over and follow that page. I waited for a good 20 minutes to see if anybody would pop over, and not a single person did. So come on through. Then what are you asking? What do you mean where I've been? I haven't been MIA. I've been taken out. Trying to take me down. So again, just go over to Rumble, give it a follow. You don't have to watch that often, but now you just know that if that goes down, whoop, right over to Rumble. I mean, we got Twitch as well, if you prefer that, but I don't really use it. I don't even know how to get to my goddamn channel. There we go. So whichever you choose. That's why we're we're multi-streaming on different places. YouTube is home, but they fuck around. Yeah, you're watching now because I just fucking asked you to go over there. Where were you last Friday when I was trying to blow my fucking all right, let's start fresh. It's been a rough week. Oh God, a DM from Horseradish. Oh, we're gonna push it till next week. Let's see. Just heads up, your schedule for the 3rd of the North, sort of like the headliner. Searka's running late at work. We'll be in time. For everyone who's there at the start, now set up. Yeah. Okay, so it does just seem like we're not gonna have to push the whole thing any later. That we're just gonna be, we're the headliners. We're the headliners. So all right, this I'm a little scared because this is from TLC, but it's on Real, so I'm gonna take the chance. But this is just what randomly popped up when I opened.
My name is Jessica. I am 38, and I am addicted to having abortions.
Oh, what?
Oh, hell no.
What Jessica is doing is not technically illegal, but it is
It should be
incredibly concerning.
I just love the feeling of it.
Oh my God. So remember when we were talking about safe, legal, and rare? Not anymore.
Met this guy on Facebook dating. We don't have intercourse. He kind of just does it in a cup, and then I do this method where I lay on my back.
She doesn't even get dick down? She doesn't even get dick down? This is insane.
With an injection tool. It's been a really good relationship because he also pays for it.
To date, I've probably spent a little over $12,000 on.
Why? Why? You're not even nutting. Well, I guess you're technically nutting, but I mean, you're not even getting it in. Why would you do that? Why, oh, why would you do that? Personally, I find myself in the anti-abortion camp. The pro-life camp offers caveats I don't agree with. Okay, fair. So what? Because I'm just saying, pro-life versus pro-choice. I'm definitely. Are you so like what? Yeah, what do you mean specifically? Are you talking about like the grape and incest stuff? I think I don't know. We'll see that because usually when you get this type of question, it's about it's the next question is like, okay, well, why aren't you paying for these kids to da 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 da? And the very easy answer is because I didn't make those children. Just because I don't want to pay for them doesn't mean I want them to die. Shout out to Yakov. Welcome. I mean, is that an answer to why this guy's doing it? Maybe. That is insane.
Also pays for it.
To date, I've probably spent a little over $12,000 on abortion procedures.
I've had 56 abortions so far, and I'm actually going to be 57 here in a couple weeks.
Bruh, how do you have more abortions than years of life?
If I did end up having a child, it would just be so that I can raise them so that they can get pregnant, and then we would continue.
I can't. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how far she actually. Where's the poll? Am I on the right one? You guys don't see a poll, right? Why didn't that poll up? Sorry. Okay, what did I just say? Sorry. Oh my goodness! Shout out to Unwanted Foe, getting us started with the $5. Of course, every donation gets a treat for the Overlord. Thank you so very, very much. Making you the new sponsor of the stream. It's so gross using a turkey baster that probably isn't. Oh, it's not even clean. Oh, gross. I don't know. What do you do with this? What do you do with this? What can be said? What can be done? I am amazed. Oh, this is straight from TLC. This is not fake. This is real. Yeah, she should be fixed. Just sew her up. This is wild.
Because be so that I can raise them so that they can get pregnant, and then we would continue, because I don't ever see myself stopping. My name is Jessica. I am
crazy.
38 and I am addicted to having abortion.
That is insane. Absolutely insane. Let's get unwanted foe up here in the banner. Unwanted foe. Thank you. So, very, very much, sir. So, we'll Sane Asylum, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Indeed. Hey, we got TV Viewerski. Welcome to the party. And Knox, our boy, right out of the spot with the $10 PayPal. Where's my applause? There we go. Thank you. So very, very much. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you very, very much. Of course, making you the new sponsor of the stream. Miyaga? What is Miyaga? Miyagi? What? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. We got Jago, Texas. Welcome to the party. Very good to see you guys. We were just checking out this chick who gets abortions for fun. So all throughout the week, since I was not able to, stream, then I did post a lot of stuff both on X and in Discord that you guys should be following me, but most of you are not. So conveniently for me, now we've got plenty of time to check some of that out. TV Viewerski. Oh. Thank you. New sponsor of the stream. Very, very, very much appreciated. You guys are amazing. It was, like I said, it's been a week. So, firstly, this was before the strike. I brought my car into the dealership to just get, an oil change, and it was some error message or whatever, check engine light, whatever. It wasn't something crazy, but just go in, get everything, make sure we're good, and I drive for work, so I gotta make sure that we're good. So go in, whatever, and I Uber home, I Uber back, I get my car and turn it on, and there's still an error message. I'm like, sometimes they still just do that, and you drive a little and then it resets. Days later, still not happening. So then I'm telling them, look, you gotta do something with this, and I'm not paying for Ubers to get back and forth again. So either you can pay for an Uber, or you can give me a loaner car. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll get in contact with you. That was like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, so I'm still waiting. Actually, they sent me an email. They were like, would you like to do a survey on your experience? It's like, do you guys want me to do the survey? I don't think you do. It's like, oh, we're gonna be on top of it. That was before of the strike. So that I'm already dealing with. I don't know what's going on in my car. Already dropping fucking, I think it was over $1,000 on the splash guard. When it snowed, I was rocking my car back and forth to get out of the spot, and some snow got stuck in between the chassis and the splash guard. And then when some of the snow melted and went under and then froze more, it broke it off. So I had to get that replaced completely. Whole bunch of stuff. And that's probably not anything I'm ever gonna do. Hey, we got Nate the Jane. Welcome. The only justification for abortion is when spontaneous abortions happen and have to be taken care of. Spontaneous abortion? Oh, you mean like if it like a you talking about like a miscarriage? What's a spontaneous abortion? Is that different than a miscarriage, or is that just what you're calling? Anyway, welcome to the party. So then, of course, on Friday we're doing our thing, and stream gets nuked. So then, I'm dealing with all of that, thinking that whatever I'm going to. I did not know that. A miscarriage sounds nicer. Spontaneous abortion sounds like spontaneous combustion. It's just like we got Lee. Welcome to the party. So then, we had a hot day last week, and I go to turn the heat on from the heat to the AC. It's not really getting that much cooler. Then I realize it's getting hotter. AC doesn't work. So I call the dude. A guy comes out, and the outdoor unit, the whole thing outside, is just busted or whatever. It needs to be replaced. Another $6,000. Then I'm in the shower last night, right in the middle, and it goes brick cold right in the middle. I don't know if you guys enjoy cold showers or anything like that, but I do not. I like a scalding hot shower. So I had all this shit in my fucking, all this shit in my hair all over, so I couldn't just, whatever. So then I'm trying to, my dad's freaking out, because he's like, I don't know if if it's a pilot light, then you might have gas, spilling out everywhere. So, and then, it's just one thing after another. Then I had my passport. There was an issue with doing. It's been a week, guys. It's been a week. All forms of miscarriage. Okay, good to know. But speaking of which, so like I said, I shared some stuff on my page. Let's see. Let's go back and see what we got. What do we got? Told you I posted a bunch of stuff, right? Okay, so this is probably us, right? Okay. So we got... we can skip that one. This one, I don't know what happened to the sound, but Morty was like... It's like...
Europe will come. Ideal nightmare of a Muslim Europe will come true. They can be as mad as they want. I don't care. America will be a Muslim country. Russia will be a Muslim country. Islam will enter every house, inshallah. But
they're not hiding it. They are telling us. We are going to come over and take over your land.
we have to be a part of that change and never, ever apologize. We're unapologetic. Never, ever compromise. We're uncompromising. When people...
Shout out to Hector. Welcome to the party. Very good to see you, sir.
People say that Islam is not compatible with Western society, with a pluralistic society. This is exactly what we are talking about. You have this imam who is just casually saying in the UK out loud that America is going to become a Muslim country. Russia is going to become a Muslim country, that Islam is going to enter every house. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I hear that, I don't think of a missionary project. I don't think of Islamic proselytizing. I don't think of him referring to Muslims converting people over to Islam through love and acceptance, which, by the way, is not...
I think of bombs. I think of violence. That's what I think of. Shout out to Pete T. Salty over on Twitch. Welcome. Said he sounds like a Barbara Spector talking about your... I don't know who that is. Who's Barbara Spector? I bet you're right, but I don't know who that is.
Him referring to Muslims converting people over to Islam through love and acceptance, which, by the way, is not really a large factor in the growth of Islam. It's primarily driven by high birth rates. But he's clearly not talking about faith or a personal belief. He's referring to a political takeover. His language is the language of conquest, and that is the language of people who think that the West is weak enough for them to come in and replace. The United Kingdom, where this imam is saying this, proves why they feel so bold enough to say this. Look at what's happening.
Yeah, they're not doing well over there, and they want to come on over here.
There, nobody in America gets told any of this, but in parts of London and Bradford and Birmingham and Luton, the police won't even enforce basic laws if it risks community tensions. They have totally redefined the definition of Islamophobia to include race when Muslim is not a race. Their politicians have no backbone. They have no spine. They have entire neighborhoods where extremist preachers literally have more influence than the parliament. There are schools where kids are bullied for being too Western.
Yeah, that's another one, Heimdall. They could, they're doing doing to the young girls over there is sick. So I guess if they get them pregnant, the girls would have their kids. Yup. We got Chad in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 2% of the American population fear-mongering for no reason. You're saying 2% of the American population is Muslim? Is that what you're saying? First of all, that's not true. And second of all, they have taqiyya, so we would never be able to know. What is India? This is like the 7th time you guys have said something. I don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck is going on? And so this is the same argument that the trans activists use. The exact same argument. They're saying, well, it's only this many people. It's only a little thing here. And now it's 20% of Gen Z. Well, it's actually gone down a little bit from there. But I don't necessarily know what it's like to be Muslim or what it's like to be trans. But I could definitely tell you that the people who are Muslim are willing to die for it. The trans ones are just willing to put themselves in a place where they're going to end themselves. I don't know. But that's the point, is that they lie. That's what taqiyya is for. Oh, we're just the humble little Muslims. We don't want to hurt you. Be nice to us. And then you die.
Politicians as well as police and authorities have openly admitted that they don't talk about this, they don't say a word because they're terrified of offending the wrong people. It has gone beyond the idea of diversity. It has become a cultural surrender, and I'm sorry, the UK's done. There is no recovering from what has happened to the UK. And I already know that people are going to come in and say, oh, well, this imam doesn't represent all Muslims. Obviously, I know it doesn't. Most Muslims, or at least a lot of them, don't want any part of this ideology of the takeover. But
right, but those ones are not true followers. The problem with Islam in and of itself is that the more fundamental you are, the closer to the actual text that you say, the more violent and incongruent with the Western world that you are. One of those said even the moderate Muslims aren't friends, as they will sit there quietly while radical Muslims remove your head for not believing. Bingo. Yeah, there's a whole that's why we need to do another movie night on Rumble with Bill Maher's Religious. I know a lot of you guys are not a fan of that and any general atheist stuff, but there's a part of it where they specifically talk to, or Bill talks to these Muslims, and you can see it in real time. I was like, this is not the this lady. She's like, oh no, Islam it's so peaceful, it's so feminist, it's so this. I was like, what about that? Well, I mean, there's reason. And they just walk it back and walk it back. They're allowed to say whatever they want. Under God, it is okay to lie to the enemy, to take over power. That is in their books. Yup.
This is the strain of political Islam. This triumphalist, we're going to dominate the West mindset is very real. And pretending that it doesn't exist is, again, exactly how the UK got caught flat-footed in the first place. Every warning.
Does anyone want to argue that the UK is not having an Islamist problem right now? We're next if we don't pay attention. Shout out to David. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you very, very much, sir. How are you doing? The Islam population is 2 billion. Christians slightly more at 2.2. Yeah, I mean, we've got a nice buffer in terms of geography right now, but the numbers are there. The numbers are there. And how many Christians do you know that are willing to go out in the streets and die for that ideology? Maybe some, maybe a lot. But in Islam, it's all of them. It's all of them. And like Ahmad Devo said, a lot, if you look at the polling for things like having Sharia law in the Western world, the numbers of I want this are relatively low compared to the problem that we're talking about. But the people who, depending on how the thing is phrased, the people who are willing to say, like, well, okay, I wouldn't push for that. But if it was Sharia law, then, that would be no problem. That, as far as I know, that is the biggest push. Not the biggest push. The biggest demographic, let's say, of Muslims. All right. We got, what time? We got 17 minutes before the debates start. Let's see what this guy
and was dismissed as racist or Islamophobic until the reality became too obvious to hide. And by the way, since the 60s, the UK's public opinion have continuously shown that they reject the influence of Islam in their society, and that they think the immigration policy has been horrible, and they think that too many people have been coming into their country and their politicians did nothing. And I'm sorry, but this whole we're never going to apologize, we're never going to compromise, never water,
we're never going to let you down, we're never going to let you go. Sorry.
or anything down in our religion, it's not religious devotion. It is, again, political absolutism. That is a vision of society where pluralism does not exist, where you cannot disagree, where you do not coexist with people. You
Okay. All right. Shout out to me. Hey, welcome to the party. Both Islam and Mormons both started out the same. The Spirit came over Muhammad and Joseph Smith violently and forced them to do as the Spirit said. Yeah, religion's weird, huh? Religion's weird! Got him! All right, let's see what else we got going on here. What does this say?
So when it comes to the Muslim takeover, this is quite disturbing, and I've covered this before, but this is just another indicator that New York has fallen. Saw this tweet from Diana Alistar, laying prayer rugs over the names of 9/11 victims at the FDNY Memorial is wildly.
Prayer rugs. Muslim prayer rugs over the 9/11 Memorial. Tell me again how they're not trying to take over?
Inappropriate. I mean, look at that. Can you believe that? That is prayer rugs, Muslim prayer rugs. They're being laid over the memorial of the fallen heroes of 9/11. At this point, I think what they're doing is they're showboating. They're saying, we've won. We've taken over. We can do whatever we want. When you vote in someone like Zohran Mamdani in one of the greatest cities in the U.S., don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of New York. I'm not a New Yorker. I'm a Texan. Then what you've done is you've relinquished control. A lot of people want to compare this to Christianity and say, what about Christians praying in the streets? Christians would never go to a memorial where there were fallen heroes.
The button's not working. I guess that New Yorkers were a little bit like the writers of Game of Thrones. We kind of forgot. We will never forget until we forget.
Heroes who help people get out of the rumble of what happened that day. They wouldn't lay something on there and cover up their names to disrespect them. You've got to see the difference between these two things, right? I mean, there is some common sense here, isn't there? Even on the liberal side, there's got to be some. Why would you lay your prayer rugs over the fallen names? Again, I say, New York has fallen.
Yup. Shout out to the Confluence panel we were on. That was a little bit of fun.
What are these for? What? Hey, question. What are these for? Why are they just... Look at all these readily
This is at the No Kings.
available out in
Why?
the open bricks, just right outside. Huh, I wonder what those bricks are for. I wonder who put them there.
Shady! Hamdil said, my kid's father was sent to Desert Storm and he took pictures, brought back and developed them. The things I've seen floored me. I will never trust them. Hard to know. War is hell, and they don't make it any easier. Jago said, American ideals will always be one generation from falling. I think I agree. Why do you say that? Spawn Keeper over on Rumble said that's fucking insane. I would take all those rugs, douse them with gas, and burn them right there. That's the right thing to do. No, maybe not. But I wouldn't be mad if somebody did that. See how I just did that? Muslim holy books tell them to do that. Craziness. I don't know if this is gonna get. Yeah, I would show this if it was.
I met him on the day that he turned 12 years old.
Yeah,
he was.
What else? 2 days in a row, videos going viral of liberals not being able to have a civil discussion. You can't make this shit up.
The people. So. He is here today, Sheriff David Davis, to say a few words to the community, the people that he serves, the people he serves.
What kind of construction needs that much bricks? Just like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? All right, well, I guess I'm gonna open the goddamn tab each time. Yeah, so you're saying that the potentially there's nothing behind, like over here, there'd be construction. What type of construction just leaves bricks laying out, specifically where there is what do you call it? Permitted event. I mean, come on, man. We just gotta go with Occam's razor. I mean, I do think that's a good question. I do think that, you know, the skepticism there is good, but you know, I mean, what kind of like, that's not how, if they're laying bricks, then they're gonna have the bricks, and they were you know, they would shout out to Ham. That is indeed where the name comes from. Welcome. David said those were paver bricks for the sidewalk being replaced. Maybe. Just a little convenient.
So, he is here today, Sheriff David Davis, to say a few words
Oh,
to the community, the people that he serves,
So we got a cop back here, and we got a bunch of lefties, and they're trying to get the cop to talk to the crowd and be on their side. But just because he's a cop, I mean, I don't like cops either. But, like, see what he's going to say first.
And if you don't want to hear him speak, y'all can leave. Y'all can leave. There are plenty of other people that would love to hear him speak. Hey, guys. I have a lot of family. Please. I have a lot of family who have very, very different views than me. I have lost friends. I have lost family. Hey, wait.
How do you expect them to know what you want if you won't? Or maybe they fixed it already. Listen to them.
Okay? We're gonna fix the jail. We're trying to fix that jail. Okay? Okay, so let him. Come on, guys. Hey.
I mean, that goes on and on and on. And you guys saw the Canadian thing that was happening, I guess it must have been about a week ago, where they were like, point of privilege, I was supposed to be the gender card that goes first, and they had some convention, and they couldn't get anything done because everybody had some fucking issue to deal with. Jacob said it only takes 20 to 30 years for any education system to drastically change any nation's public opinion on any topic. Sadly, seems a little bit too true. Rage Page, the disrespect that cops are shown is so disgusting. I'll say yes in this context. I think there are definitely situations where it is fair. It is fair to be a generally anti-cop. That doesn't mean that you can be anti-law and order. I've seen too many examples in my personal life of cops, you know, just going on a power trip that I don't trust in any realm, whether it's law enforcement or politics or whatever. I don't trust giving people governmental power. But we've got to do that if we're going to have a civilization, right? All right, we got 9 minutes left before the start time. Let's end on a good note. Yeah, let's do this one. So this is I love this because it's what we need. It's what we need.
You want to check off stuff on your list because we as husbands sometimes will forget things from the store and we go home and get fussed at by our wife. You understand that? Yes, sir. Do we want to be fussed at by our wife? No, sir. So we want to make sure as we go down the list, we're checking things off, okay? You understand that? Yes, sir. Can we see it right here? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, cool. So we got milk, chicken breast, apples, paper towels, ground beef, bread, juice, onions, eggs. Now let's...
Oh, wait. Meant to be like that. Yeah. Agreed there. Because the cop's always been sweet to me. I've never met a bad cop. Well, I'm sure if I had the heavies, I'd have a little bit different of experience too, but that's precisely the point. Jay said, I only trust police if I'm the one that called them. Even then, you gotta be careful. So let's finish this up before we head in. Remember, I'm gonna have to jump out. I'm gonna have to leave the stream to turn my camera on in Discord. So let's finish this up.
When your wife made this list, I'm gonna explain to you what she did. What she did was went in the kitchen and just went and saw everything she ain't got, and she just wrote it all down. You understand? With it being wrote down like that, ain't none of it categorized. You understand? Yes, so in order to lessen our time in the store, what we're going to do is we're going to categorize these. First of all, what we even need to get to even grocery shop? A buggy. Somebody go grab a buggy. Remember how much money we got? We got $150 to make this thing work. You understand? Yes, what section we in?
Oh my goodness, 29 months. That's over 2 goddamn years. Thank you so very, very much. And shout out to all of the disciples. Share away, my dear. And yeah, I this is how you fix society. This is how you fix society. Firemen don't typically find themselves in positions where they're leveraging their power on people who they don't deserve. So the soul said I had an abortion 14 years ago. My youngest is 15. I woke up 3 days before due, couldn't breathe. Emergency C-section, and we both nearly died. I was told not to get pregnant again, that I likely wouldn't survive. Archaic Alabama rules stated that I couldn't get my tubes tied because it requires a waiting period with paperwork, etc. So I was used to condoms and other contraception with my own husband to try to prevent pregnancy. Well, it happened. It was the hardest decision I ever had to make, but we decided on an abortion as we were scared and I wanted to be there for my 2 boys. Which, again, when we go back to somebody who said anyone who does it is a demon, it's not that simple. It's not that simple. So it goes on to say my husband has since been able to have his tubes tied, the vasectomy, since I was told it probably isn't good for my heart to even be put under with anesthesia. I would make the same decision again today. I'm generally in the camp of abortion shouldn't be illegal. It should be unthinkable. Because seriously, it is the worst thing to have to legitimately think about. But I am thankful that it was legal. And thank you for sharing that. And this is where it gets in. This is why I don't like the Christian aspect of the abortion argument, because it evaporates the human side of it. It only focuses on the bare bones of the situation, and it's a real human situation. And so while I still think it should be illegal, then that doesn't mean that I have no heart for somebody going through something like this. Can we agree it's a personality problem, not a police profession problem? No, because it's a power problem. It's an authority problem. Have you heard of the Stanford prison experiment? They had like 20 kids, 20 students, and they just said, okay, 10 of you are going to be the guards and 10 of you are going to be the prisoners. And they were supposed to do it for 1 month. And they're just supposed to act, and they had basic rules, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that, whatever. And they had to end it after, I don't remember exactly how many days. But the guards got so high on power that they were literally torturing the other students. And conversely, the other students were specifically feeling they deserved it. And so, no. Sorry. That notion that power corrupts absolutely will always be something that I understand. I resonate with. Shout out to Dexter with the $2 make you holla. Must see the puppy. And of course, treat. Thank you. So very, very much. All right, let me update this banner. And then we're going to head into the debates. Got 3 there. 17 there. Shout out to Dexter. Bam. Thank you. So very, very much. All right, let me hop in there and then we'll be back. So give me 1 second. Don't go anywhere. I will be right here. BRB. I almost hit end stream. Don't end stream. BRB. Live and by your side.
There's not like YouTube collaboration for stream, just Twitch.
Yep. So,
Radish, you're muted.
so guys, I don't have an ability to like turn my camera on and come from here. So
everything's going perfectly for Radish, who's not stressing at all about the completely new setup that's very complicated for.
I can deafen them, but then obviously you guys aren't going to be able to hear what they're saying. So I'm going to do my best to try to, pop up here if I'm talking to you guys, and I'll talk over them. But again, I don't have the opportunity to turn that camera on. So we are here. And if you hear this sound,
Are you guys doing this?
that is the on and off of their sound. And so now I'm not going to be muted once you hear it again.
Not through Discord.
And they're going to be able to hear me. So again, bloop, bloop.
Radish, you're still muted.
Uh-oh. Can I change this to mirror?
I wonder, Radish, if you might have to disconnect or reconnect or use an alt account or what happened.
So is it here?
Hey, welcome. Yes, it is here. You've made it. Stand by where he's just doing some stream setup stuff right now. And Lutch is live.
I am as well. You're being watched by 5 people.
Plus 9.
They're all in his house.
We're watching people. I came in prepared.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. When you get around to it, I don't know if you're gonna cam up or just want to use an avatar or anything like that. But for Horseradish's setup, if you get a chance to, I appreciate you. And then just because what he's using is going to generate like a stream link for him to capture your video independently. If you want to change videos, like you could change to or like cover up your camera or change to like another scene or something. But just please don't turn it off once we get rolling.
Emmett, are you playing Def Knot tonight?
Of course, I would.
No, the state of the if you look at what I'm wearing, it's just that my handlers, also known as the State of Israel, decided that I had to be wearing, the iconography, because you're not going to mess with our guns.
Listen, as number one Israel simp, I'm your judge tonight. You shouldn't.
So that's how it's going to work. Thank you. So
everyone always picks fights with the judges, and it's great.
And now
everybody knows that the State of Israel.
Here's to a good debate on a full stomach for Morty. Thank you.
Around,
so very much.
I am this close to changing my fucking online name to Iron Dome because that's how I be out here fucking shooting rockets at Israel.
That could be your next, home country that you name. I know, Emma, you point to Czechoslovakia, but you could also
and
do
of course,
Czechoslovakia.
that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. Very much appreciated. A little janky, but
all right. Chief, can you hear me now?
I hear you, and I'm reading you.
So yeah, this might be a problem.
Uh-oh.
Like it seems to freeze up whenever or it stops. Like something goes wrong when I reach like 4. So I'm gonna try it again from the top. Video Ninja.
What are you?
Make sure you don't. Yeah.
Publish an Indian Jesus first. Coming down here, that is the negative.
It says 5 to 10 is optimal, but it could handle 15 or more.
You know you could
So
just do
why
this
is it-
for OBS, right?
Yeah, if you
We are
just
doing
draw
it
a
for
box
OBS.
around the Discord window, and then hopefully no one ever moves again, and then
Exactly.
I can't do this anymore.
Thank you,
Publish
thank you,
video.
thank you.
This is for him.
too hot for stream.
It is too hard.
We can just host the whole thing over here if you guys want. That's why I love my StreamYard. Everything is simple and made for dummies.
Yeah, it's just a new setup he's messing with using a new like browser extension. It's a little bit more complicated. You don't have to pay for it like StreamYard, but also, you know, that comes with limitations and obstacles. So thanks for bearing with us.
I was trying to get some new people by because I don't play video games or anything. So I was like, all right, let me get into a gaming stream or whatever. And my computer is just powerful enough to run. I was playing Until Dawn, and it's just powerful enough to run it on like the lowest settings, and but not enough or not powerful enough to go through StreamYard. So I had to figure out OBS specifically for
just for
gaming
gaming
stream.
specifically, just because it's low, a little bit low.
And nobody watched.
What the? After you went through all that effort, what a bunch of jerks.
At least I know now.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, happy
Emmett, you
Easter.
stream, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm streaming right now. We're live.
Is my mic still working? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Oh, Emmett, remember what I said? If you could either go to the avatar or another camera, basically turning the camera on and off kind of fucks what he's trying to set up.
Literally, as I was trying to do, Emmett. That's funny. Okay. Same thing with
I'll leave it
Testicle.
all. I'll leave it
Testicle,
on.
where you
but,
at?
But I'm
on the thing?
gonna leave.
You could cover it, or it's totally cool. It's totally cool. I appreciate
Sorry,
you.
what was that? Horseradish?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out where your camera went, but I remember you're still working on the.
You don't have
OBS
to
thing.
sit there, Emmett. If you got to step away, that's totally cool.
I'm gonna go for
Yeah,
a
like
second.
even
I'll
if
be
you
over.
just like.
Does anybody know in Discord how to mirror the image? It's bugging me out that I don't usually see myself mirrored, and I don't like it. I feel like I'm ugly. Does anybody knows how to do that?
We're just missing Searka, right? Gonna cruise in late in the outfield on his motorcycle, like one of the bad news bears.
Does anybody know how to mirror your camera image? Is that like a simple thing?
It might be if you're looking in Discord, it's mirrored for you, but not for everyone else.
Yeah, I know.
If that's what you're talking about.
I know, but
I hate it. I hate it. I know. Mine is literally words, and I have to look at my words big backwards.
Yeah, same with mine. I mean, again, my goddamn camera turned off. Why did my goddamn camera turn
Because
off?
you disconnected and reconnected, remember?
Right.
What are the other prompts going on tonight? Are we saving that for when we start?
I put those in Horseradish's chat. I'll read them off right now. So the prompts are: is it unseemly to poop in the shower with your spouse present? If someone who speaks with the
Yes, we're doing it's a waffle stomping debate.
Yeah. Nice. The second one, yeah. If somebody that speaks sign language loses a finger, is it an accent or a speech impediment?
Turns out it's both.
Yeah, and then the third one is: do
Go to hell
Pokemon
for
say
that one, dude.
Do Pokemon say their names, or are they named after the only word they can say?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a really good one, dude. Put that one down on a list.
It's actually not a good
Vigi's
one.
actually repping the Pokemon shirt right now. What's Vigi's answer?
I was going to say, did you just come up
It's
with
not
those?
Meowth. Because
I
Meowth
would say
can say
that-
his name. He's like, my name is Meowth, and I can also speak.
Oh,
get out of here, Vigi. I just broke his internet,
Vigi
so I can
broke
steal
it.
it.
Of course, as I'm trying to put in fucking Vigis. God
so
damn
sorry,
it.
dude.
Mother
amateurs.
All right, so you know what I'm gonna do, just so everybody knows what we're doing.
Casey's here.
Casey's here. Yay, Casey's here. All right, so I'm gonna at least go to. Are you watching, Chief? Are you watching the stream? You watching what's gonna happen? Watch this.
I'm watching. Yeah.
Boom. And so this
What's
way, I can still be setting it up and stuff. But the difference is here, audio input capture, yes.
Now we're
We're gonna
pretending to
mute that
entertain
theme
people at the
song.
same time.
And now everybody else is audible as well. So huzzah.
So
I think.
Oh, I need a moment. My YouTuber ain't
Oh, we
champion
need
drawn
several
right now,
moments. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
cool,
This is a whole lot of new shit.
We're
going on
keeping
here,
it
my friend.
casual today, but after today, boy, will this be smooth, allegedly.
That's what they always say. Oh, next time we're gonna do this. And I mean, definitely props for getting everybody together and managing all this stuff. I know that's difficult as hell, but let's get moving.
It's gonna be different from what you've seen before. We're still kind of working out the kinks, of course. So just bear with us as we're getting everything kicked off. But I promise you guys are in for a fucking hell of a show tonight. We've got a couple of new people tonight who come very highly recommended. We got some pretty solid props tonight, so stick around. You're gonna hear us babbling and bullshitting and just talking, but you'll know when the party starts. I promise.
So I've downloaded OBS. I think I just need to restart Discord, and then hopefully that option will show up in my settings. But I don't want to mess anything up. So that's why. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're fine. You could actually go because we're not capturing your video at all. So it doesn't matter if you disconnect and reconnect. That actually won't fuck anything up for Horseradish.
True story.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll be back in 2 seconds here.
Who are we still missing? We got Emmett, we got Casey, we got Vigi, we got Testes, we got Indy. We're literally just missing Searka, aren't we?
Yep. He said he was. What did he say?
He was riding his home. He's just a couple minutes late. So
the leader of the pack.
He's fucking scared.
You think?
Yeah, he's scared of Indian Jesus.
He should be.
He was willing to go there and get completely slaughtered by Andrew Wilson in 4K for all of us to see, but he is scared to bid against Indian Jesus.
If we had, if
You're talking about Sergey?
Did he get slaughtered though? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not going to say he necessarily dominated or anything.
The only person who has ever made Andrew Wilson stutter on screen definitely got slaughtered by Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, again, literally Andrew Wilson even complimented him at the end of it, if I'm not mistaken. So, for what it's worth.
Talking about Sergey?
Again, I'm not saying he won, but I'm saying.
No, Searka. He'll be here in a little bit.
He held his in.
There's definitely
hold up on the definition. I'm sorry.
There's definitely somebody who made Andrew Wilson stutter more than Searka. If you guys remember the first batch,
was it the pickle jar?
No, but I mean, that's up there.
Pickle jar won.
Pickle jar definitely.
But by the way, it wasn't a pickle jar; it was an olive jar that he actually opened the pickle jar.
Who was the other one? Erudite. That's literally the only two things I know about.
No, so if you think back to the first Andrew Wilson versus 5 that I was part of, there was me and a few other people, and there's this one dude. Shout out to Gabriel if you're watching. He is a very interesting character and has a very unique perspective on religion and the Bible. I definitely I can find a link, but that is worth checking out. It's Andrew never on somebody
But
like
we're
him.
talking about 1v1
No,
because I've been on panels with him and got him busted a couple times on points he was speaking out of pocket on. But 1v1 it's a little more difficult when you don't have 4 people coming at the guy and he's constantly fighting shit off.
Are you talking about the guy that goes by Gabriel the Pawn?
Yes, him.
Okay, he's part of an upcoming collab thing that I'm also a part of.
Nice.
And he in the Discord for that, I've been giving him a lot of shit because he talks like he's fucking in the 18th century.
He
uses flourishes, man. Ain't nothing wrong with verbal flourishes.
Yeah, he speaks that way in real life. That's not like him just.
Oh my god,
he's not posing.
That's how he actually speaks.
It's not an affectation.
I don't think
Oh my god, that's gonna be. I hope I don't have to debate him in the thing that's coming up at all, because that was going to annoy the shit.
So.
Nope.
Man, I look backwards. I don't like it.
I'm gonna turn
Walk
this
him
off.
through the process.
I have OBS selected as like a drop down in my video settings.
You have to click the button that says virtual camera.
StreamYard for the win. Yeah, let's talk. Talk to me while we're fucking waiting.
1 sec.
Ask me about my wiener.
I appreciate everybody. Oh, Chief walked away. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and walk you through it. So the big things are in Discord, you're going to want to set your camera input as OBS virtual cam.
Okay.
In OBS, you're going to have just one scene made and whatever image that is. And then on the right, where you see start streaming, start recording, start virtual cam. Next to that, you'll see a little.
If you look in the corner here, that's also another. I'm gonna pull this down, but you can see whether any of those. Then I'm talking directly to you guys. They can't hear me, especially when you can't hear them. But I'm not gonna do that as much when we're actually debating, because obviously we want to hear the debates.
The sources tab, which
so
should be
then
right
it goes
next to the scenes. Click the little plus symbol at
the
the
mute.
bottom. Click image.
Appreciate your patience, guys. We are in for a good one.
GIF or fucking anything you want.
Hey, we got Wrath of
And just so everybody knows,
Raisin.
I'm going to ask, please, if you need to leave or walk away from your camera, and I'm going to say this at least one more time.
I'll take
please
it.
just put something over your camera or something, only because it's a huge pain in my dingus to fucking have to go through all of what I just did. Y'all will see what it is and why it's worth it in a second. But, oh, goddamn, my green screen's starting to fuck with me. Don't be like that, bitch. You guys will see, you guys will see what the benefit of it is here in just a few minutes, but let's see. Try again. Testes.
Okay, no, 1 second here. I think I got this. So scene is done. We're gonna say start virtual camera.
Point of order.
Yes, sir.
When I'm announced, could I be announced as the undisputed season 1 champion?
That was actually the plan, asshat. But
And you
just
ruined
take away
it.
my fucking thunder. Yeah. Now not. No. Now you're going to be the guy who stole the win from Searka. How about that?
Oh.
I mean, moving forward, every time I'm announced.
Again, you are the returning and title holding champion. Yes, it will be acknowledged, Tyler. It will be
Let me
acknowledged.
tell you something. Did he use
All right, so it did not pop through
the argument
Testes.
is in a book?
What's the deal?
So I have the picture. The scene is loaded. The image is loaded. I have the settings here. Output is, well, the output right now is scene. I guess the output type would be scene.
Output type is going to be scene, and then output selection is the scene of
King
that.
knows. King knows.
Yes.
Is it easier?
That all should be together. Yeah.
Okay. Is it easier if I go like this so that you guys can see me bigger, or if I stay here and I do that? So then it's very clear that I'm talking to you guys. Which one do you prefer? The first one, where we're like this, or the second one, where I go like this, or at least that? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all. It's my whole personality.
That's
all right.
You know what?
There we
I
go.
approve. Thank you. That is a beautiful, beautiful picture, sir. And it's coming through loud and clear.
All right. Perfect.
All right. Publish video. Copy testicles. All right. Then we come back down here, and you are AF1, right?
Casey, do you have a camera, or are you doing?
Yeah,
this
Casey
virtual?
was struggling with his VTube.
Sorry, I walked away.
I'm gonna put it to a poll.
First off, doesn't it look like Emmett's on an airplane right now?
It kind of does, yes.
Emmett is on an airplane. He's on the last row, though, so that means he's poor.
It's like that lady that went to court.
He's right
for...
by the bathroom. Someone's taking a big dump behind Emmett.
It's
on the
not
airplane.
real. And second, if I vote for Emmett tonight, this will be the first time I've voted for him. Oh, that's hot.
Welcome in, Casey.
This will be the first time I've voted for him since he voted against me on the Lord of the Rings prom.
It's not my fault that you use a horrible argument.
I've never
in the
seen
Lord
you
of
without the
Rings.
sunglasses, Casey. That's kind of
There's
weird.
like 50 million things you
It's a
could
little
have
jarring.
said, and you use the worst.
But here, yeah, I'm here for it.
If ring real, why Eagles? It's a
I know
horrible
why.
argument.
Because the Eagles answer to Manwee. They don't answer to Gandalf. That's why they couldn't have called him for the fellowship. I know that. But my opponent didn't know.
Guys, remember, if you are on the vertical stream and you don't want to be, then just hit the description. The link to the landscape will always be there. Obviously, this is a little bit different, so the format's not going to be different. It's just going to be bigger. But whichever one you guys like.
Vigi, did you kill your camera?
No, no one killed nothing.
I did briefly a little bit ago because my Discord crashed.
Oh, God in heaven.
That's okay. It's just one.
Can you guys still see a camera for Let's Chief?
Yes.
I mean, I see the moving thing.
Yeah, the moving thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that?
I'm gonna debate an avatar.
It's not
or a
coming in on
person?
my side.
I was
So
just.
I know how to present myself.
You literally took the words out of our mouth. Case, are you
I'm an
a
AI.
V? Are you okay? Well, I was gonna say
Do you
that's
want me
not a
to relaunch
filter.
my
That's
horse?
not a filter.
Do you want me to relaunch my horse and then it'll just be me and Vigi? You gotta
One, two,
relink
and somebody's
and
still
then it should be
missing.
good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
6,
just
7, 8. We're
Searka,
still
but we
missing
can always
Searka.
tie Searka in the last moment.
Yeah, I don't know, Chief. Chief, can you hear me?
Yep. Are
AC?
you all hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Case-
there you go. We can hear you now.
Casey Salty.
Vigilante,
Bet.
let's Chief. Please both say something.
Something.
I think he's just not getting our shit. We might have to just disconnect and reconnect.
Are you
to
guys
him.
hearing them?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear them. Yeah.
Will you please
Skill
both
issue.
leave and come back in real quick? Thank you.
Casey Salty told me that you're the real deal. Passing the message along.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Well, that can have it's a pretty ambiguous and part of what does that mean exactly, but let's go with it. Yeah.
Can you hear us
sounds
now?
Sounds like a compliment to
Can.
me.
Definitely.
Al, your audio is delayed like 5 seconds.
What?
His audio is delayed like 5 seconds when he responded for me.
Mine is?
His mouth is moving
Yes.
in time with me on the screen, unless you're just listening to the stream, by chance.
Nope. It's Discord.
I'm getting everybody in normal.
No, he looks normal for me.
I'm getting everybody else in normal. It's just for him. It's
Are you debating him?
Well, no worries.
If you're not debating him, then as long as everybody can hear
is
it.
not
Debating him
huge
about the
problem, that is
quality
correct.
of his Discord
Oh,
broadcast.
I think it was Discord just checking. I think it was Discord just catching.
Hopefully
up.
Discord doesn't crap out on you again.
Okay, so I've got everybody but fucking Searka is lined in. So, I mean, fuck it. I guess
Shows
there's no
again.
reason we can't start the party without
Before it fucks up.
Shout out to Emmett. That's fucking funny. He
Yes.
goes to this
Horseradish.
because he's debating that, and that is a dude.
So yes, that's what
That
I was
is
gonna
a
say.
dude.
Any links for evidence, cited sources, etc.? Just go ahead and put it into the chat. I'm gonna cry if this fucks everything up, Chief.
No, just
I can't see it from.
I'll
you'll
DM
supply
you so
to
you
me.
could.
Beautiful.
I'll DM you and you could pull it up on
Cheers.
the app.
Yep, appreciate that.
I gotta do this in
All
2.
right. Well, then let's unveil it, kids. Let's see if we can do this thing.
The new
Boom,
2026.
boom. All right.
I appreciate you guys.
There we
I
go.
really, really appreciate
So,
you guys.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give Searka about another 5 minutes to try to.
I like
see
the
if-
loading the circle for Searka. Honestly, it's pretty good.
It is apropos, right? And then we still need to figure out what we're doing in the middle there, but that's okay because now that I don't need to be there, it's kind of a blank. But that's all right.
Jesus Christ, Testy.
Yeah, it might have been a little bit of overkill.
Wait till it starts
what,
talking.
the squirrel nuts? No, squirrel nuts are perfect.
Oh no,
No, he
nuts are
sent
what
me
it-
like 10,000 links. He's
I just-
well sourced.
Oh, got you. All right, cheers. That's perfectly fine. Dump it on him instead.
Oh, well, sorry. I know you mentioned we could maybe bring it up on stream. I don't personally think that'll probably be necessary. This is
If it gets asked for, then
Yeah,
the
Can
judge
you-
will.
Instead of having them all, I'm not going to send them all to him. If one gets referenced, just relink that
Just
one.
cite it
so
as
that
which
I'm-
one I'm getting.
Oh, sure.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and then
no-
I'll send
no
that
problem.
over to him.
Okay, sounds good.
That would be perfect. All
Cool.
right.
Thank you all. Thanks for bearing with us for the setup.
Can somebody message Searka and see if he's going to be in within the next 4 minutes? Because if not, I'm just going to fucking do it.
Got you.
Got it.
Searka's still looking for the arguments in the other book. Probably take a little bit more than 5 minutes.
He's copying and pasting his ChatGPT responses real fast.
Well, in page 190.
All right, so
we don't use ChatGPT. We use Clyde.
Yeah,
Since,
it's a battle of
since this is your first
YouTubers.
time here, Emmett, I did post the link, or I did post the format into that other Discord channel.
This is a common thing. As much as I really do like the shorter mini debate thing, this is a common thing where it's like, you know, we gotta get it moving, usually that's more to do with the after party, or not the after party, the after panel. So this, you know, technical issues. It's technical issues are technical issues. You know, what are we gonna do? But you know, it's like if this was the only time, I think people would be a little bit more willing to
go over the different topics.
Forgive.
People are welcome to dip in, dip out as they see fit in that time. However, that's our opportunity to kind of all of us get better and to try different, you know, strategies and kind of go over different tactics. And hey, I liked it when you did this. Hey, maybe that didn't work. Yada yada yada. It's just an opportunity for all of us to kind of help each other get better, as well as for people who are not involved in the prompt to be able to weigh in and kind of have some crosstalk. And then again, after that, that 2 hours, I tend to rate out. We're going to go ahead and keep going though. And usually we stay on and we get a little more rowdy in that part.
We're just waiting, Imdo. We got the, I mean, oh, yep, see? Nope. We have we have 3 debates set up. We're just having a little bit of technical issues. So hopefully once we get moving, we will get moving.
Like if you can just try your best to be as good faith as possible, this is for everybody, but everybody else has heard this. So you're the only one who's new to the forum, so that's why I'm talking to you directly. So
And real
it's
quick,
not
for some housekeeping, Horseradish, for Casey, Lutch, and Emmett, their text for their names is behind their video in the previous style that we had set up. So yeah.
Thought I had that fixed. Thank you, sir.
This is also my first time on here.
Yes, but you've watched.
I have watched. Yes. Okay.
So you at least know.
This is specifically why I don't like using Discord for these things. Like if you're just playing video games with your friends, then you know all you need is the camera on, so you can, or you don't even need the camera on, so you can talk to each other, so that everybody else in the game can hear you. But like, this is not the best situation for what we're trying to do. But again, I appreciate your patience, and I'm gonna give it my best. So
yeah, you're good.
And nothing back from Searka?
Negative.
Nah.
All right.
Nothing back from Searka.
He'll dip in when he dips
send
in.
it.
Say we're gonna fucking send it.
Let's get this.
Oh.
So
So bear with me.
I didn't know I was gonna stay here for that long. I might have
All
to
right.
keep out.
Good evening,
early.
everyone. Welcome to the Demilitarized Zone. This is the one stream designed to help you feel better about engaging in hot button issues. Our
Cut
goal
off,
here is to
Emmett.
teach Discord. Fuck you. I'm going to start that over again.
Wait, did
You
not
couldn't
hear
say
Emmett
this
when
before?
he started talking at the very
I'm
beginning
begging
of
you
this?
guys for stuff to
Just-
talk about. Now we're getting started.
Emmett, just reconnect real quick, and then we'll launch it. And then Emmett, it is also
search for
okay
user
if you do have to leave after your debate. That's totally fine. It's just he's letting you know things do happen after.
Okay, yeah, just letting you.
Oh, is that true story?
All right, back to one, everyone. Back to one.
Places, everybody.
Places, everybody hit your marks. Wait a minute. Now yours shit the bed, Chief.
Jesus.
Like I said, it seems like it's capping out at a certain number.
Guys, I can drop the link right now, and we can get started in 30 seconds.
But you don't understand.
I
God
get
damn it.
I got you.
How many hours we put into fucking laying this shit out, dude? Yeah, we're probably going to have to do that. Fuck off.
There's some settings in your Discord if you own
No
the
worries.
server as far as bandwidth is concerned, and also server that you're connecting to. Like, make sure you're on US West or whatever bandwidth, whatever.
Yep.
You might want to lower it if you're having connection issues. You could lower the bandwidth. I
So
believe.
it's not
I don't know if
connection
you're aware of
issues.
that,
This is
so.
going through a browser. The reason that this is happening is because, and you know what? It might also be, I'm going to kill the Discord just in case that's one of the things that's fucking with it, Chief.
I
If you
am
can hear me.
glad that, like,
Yeah,
you know,
Um,
I'm just
copy.
here.
I'm gonna relaunch
Because
it.
inside he's probably like, oh my fucking
Because
god, what
we
the
were
fuck is going
holding
on?
strong
So I am glad that I don't
for
have to
quite
deal
some
with it.
time. And it is -2.
Using browser cord.
Better now?
God damn it, that's Vigilante. That's not Emmett. What are we doing?
Can you hear me?
I can, yes, sir.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Stop publishing. Show links. Copy.
Oh, I might have an idea.
Those sound sexual.
Chief, I might need you to drop out and jump back in real quick, sir, if you can hear me.
Yeah.
It sounds sexual.
Yeah, because
But I
again,
know
everybody
those are
else is
real
working
things.
just fine.
Hey, on that browser, go to your settings
Struggle. Streaming.
on system. When it says use graphics acceleration when available, turn that off.
Settings, system.
Anything about graphics acceleration,
Graphics acceleration,
turn that off.
turn that off. It says I got to relaunch for that to happen.
Yes. All right, well, fuck it. We'll keep rolling.
Gothmeth.
All right. Offmet. All right. Still waiting on Searka, and he is fucking definitely going to be here in the first 15 minutes.
I did reconnect, though, so you...
Yeah, no, I see.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
getting you in. Let's see if this
All
works. Publish video. Let's
First time,
copy.
new technology. You know what
I'm
it
gonna
is.
be tired of saying that
Oh,
and
shit.
making that excuse by the end of the night. But that's
I'll
all right.
do
We're
it
giving
for
people
you. You
time
don't have to do it.
show up. So thank you very much, Chief.
We been showed
There you
up.
go.
I'm just happy to be here.
We been showed up.
We appreciate you being here.
And we are happy to be here,
both of
too.
our newcomers, Tessie and Emmett, and all of our, previous guests as well, coming back for season 2 of the demilitarized zone. Even though it wasn't
I
always
did.
the demilitarized zone, now it's
I
the
did. He was
demilitarized zone.
trying to type that.
So real quick chat,
you put an H.
Wrath, I appreciate that offer. And I know he's on his way. I mean, God willing, everything went all right on his motorcycle trip home.
Again,
He
why
said
I
he's gonna
don't like
drive way
using
too fast
Discord for
him.
this stuff,
I will
but-
feel really bad if I'm wrong. But for those of you who do not know, I have been sending out, because Wrath, you are one of the people I have sent the prompts to. And I don't believe that I have gotten a response back from you. So we'll take this last couple of minutes just to go over the fact that every week, and it's going to be on Sunday mornings, I'm going to be sending out a list. It's just going to be a Google document that you just have to click yes, no, or fuck off for all of the prompts. It's just like 10 prompts every week. You don't have to verify you're with your email or anything like that. Literally just whatever your stream name is, I'll know who you are. Just type in Wrath and then yes, no, no, fuck off, and then yes. And then we've got this thing that Chief made that it makes it so it automatically collates everything and
Again,
does all the
this
magic
is
for
not
us.
something.
So then
tell-
what we'll
talk
do is
to
by
him-
Wednesday night, if you can do that sometime,
Talk to him about this after the stream. This is not when you do this.
list, and we decide on the best pairings based on skill, based on.
You guys don't need to know any of this. And if you guys don't need to know any of this, then it shouldn't be part of a stream that is already running late.
We generally do it, and I hope this doesn't hurt anybody's feelings, but we generally do it in such a fashion that we'll have a lower ranking battle at the first, we'll have a middle ranking battle at the second, and we'll have our higher ranking battles as the third, right? So again, that way, because we have different skill levels throughout our group, and we don't want to put somebody up against somebody that they're completely not fucking prepared for. But we also don't want this to just be people who are brand new and starting out. So basically, we have some undercard fights and we have some overcard fights. And people go
And I
from
do
one to
say-
the other as they stick around and they get better with us. So that's it.
I do say, guys, if you're
we
interested,
can actually get
this
this
is a
party
good
started
format
even
to get
without
started.
Searka, if everything is working correctly now.
Like, you go on Speakeasy, you got to be
one last
on
time.
it. But here,
Sound off for me. Testes, can I hear you talk?
Hey, what's up? I am Testicle Johnson. A little bit soft-spoken naturally, but hopefully I'm projecting okay.
You are, as long as I turn you up. Okay. Casey, can I hear you talk a couple minutes, please? A couple moments.
A couple minutes?
No, a couple moments. I
No.
changed it. Fuck off. All right, that was beautiful. Perfect. Jesus, let me hear your beautiful voice again too, sir.
testing. 1, 2, 3.
Maybe you're just a little bit more oomph. All right, very cool. Chief, let me hear a few words.
Here's a few words. Have them, please.
Thank you. I'm going to turn you up as well. Everybody seems to be coming through a little quiet. And Tyler, Mr. Debate Enjoyer, can I hear you?
Hello, I'm Testicle Johnson, and I am a little soft-spoken and lose debates a lot.
Bidgie, can I hear a few words, please?
Hey, how is everybody doing tonight? This is gonna be fun.
Getting there. Emmett, if you work, dude, I swear to God, I'm going to pull it out and just start whacking it. Let's go.
1, 2, 3. Test 1,
Fuck
2,
yes,
3.
I lied to you, but that's okay. I set expectations way too high.
As well,
All right,
Let's get
everybody.
it. Everyone, shut the fuck up. Let's run this intro.
Fuck up. Let's do this. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Demilitarized Zone. This is the one stream designed to help you feel better about engaging in hot button issues with people you disagree with. Our goal here is to teach discourse and survival tactics, not just farm gotchas and dunks. We cultivate meaningful, intelligent conversation where you have to stop and listen to the other person, even if it is justifying the flaws in what they are saying. So, at least for tonight, please check your window, check your weapons at the door, take notes, act like grown-ups, and refrain from the blood sports and shit slinging that have plagued our politics for far too long. But here, our audience does get a say. So there will be a link in the chat to where you can vote at the end. Costs nothing. It's free. So limber up those voting fingers. Okay. And we're going to exercise your democratic rights to decide which side made the most persuasive case. Now, we have 3 prompts for you tonight. We have 6 debaters. So sit back and relax and enjoy as we introduce all of that. Coming up tonight first, our first debate of the night is going to be federal employees should be banned from betting on prediction markets. This is going to be between Vigilante on the right and Testicles on the left. Our second debate of the night is going to be Casey Lee versus Emmett on federal employees should be banned from getting... No, that's not the right prompt. God damn it. Oh, I didn't do the thing. I need to do the thing. I know what I did.
Start
wrong.
over.
Bro.
No, fuck
Are you
off,
fucking-
fuck off.
Are you fucking
Quick fix. You guys take it from there and cut it.
Boom. Yeah, we're gonna add prompt. Sorry, everybody. Yep, I will cut it for the after. Give me 1 second. Text. Add existing. This is gonna get prompt 2. Boom. Okay. That's fucking huge. Why is that so huge? Boom.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. Boom.
If I
This will
toggle
be
my
better
lazy
next time,
eye,
people.
is that a valid debate tactic?
How the fuck do you pop out
It's fucking driving me
Twitch
insane.
stream or Twitch chat? Whatever. I'll just fucking.
You are like a broken marionette, bro. That's gonna fuck with me.
It's the battle of the VTubers. What are you talking
Look
about?
like one of
It really
Sid's
is. It's the
toys.
VTubers unite. All right. So
Yeah, I was just gonna do it normally, but why? Why should I? It's a pixel one versus a 3D.
Yep. No, it's beautiful. I approve. Military industrial complex should be nationalized is going to be our second debate. And our third debate of the night, again, we're going to have to do that again. I'm sorry, people, is going to be between the unpresent Searka on the right and on the left is going to be Lutch, the Indian Jesus. This prompt, please bear with me, is going to be boink. Put so much time into it and we still fucking dropped shit, man. I know I say we just so I don't feel bad, but really it's me. I'm the one who fucked all this up. I suck.
It was me, guys. Sorry.
All right. This is
that
the
one,
one
this
that
one.
I am really looking forward to. Oh, goddamn. What did I fucking do? Okay, we're just going to start that over with.
Control Z,
Somehow-
remember?
Yeah, I remember. Sorry. I mean, I didn't remember, but I did.
Bro.
On 3. Boom. Searka, where the fuck are you, buddy? Control Z, I did it. 3. Y'all get to see how we do this shit. Because you know it's super interesting.
On a razor's edge. That's how we do this shit.
Prompt 1. That's it. We do. Prompt 3. There we go.
That looks like he's setting that up so that it's only
Properties.
us on the screen.
Boom. Okay.
If you're gonna do it that way, then why the fuck don't we just use StreamYard?
All right. Actually, we don't need that
Wowza.
intro, do we?
Shout out to the low end.
Fucking legal
Welcome,
personhood
welcome.
should begin at conception. There we go. Lutch, the Indian Jesus, is on the affirmative, and Searka will eventually, hopefully, be on the negative. So, going back to this, and it still all works? Yes, it does. Casey, are you frozen? Oh,
Am I
okay.
frozen?
Nope. You were just,
Okay.
you were doing the creepy
Just
dead
being
stare.
creepy.
Yeah, just being creepy. All right. So, again, like I said, because of the new setup, we can actually get this started, and Searka can kind of come in on his own. Let's, Chief, if you can just kind of let me know if and or when. I'm not sure, but maybe the fact that I closed the Discord is why it's working now. So I don't know. We'll see.
Hold your breath and power through it.
Yep, that's right. I got through the whole thing, right? All right, cool. Then in that case, we're going to go ahead and move straight on into 30
doesn't
minutes
even-
late, 40 minutes late. Fuck me. I'm
It's
sorry,
not even
everybody.
like that. Whatever. I don't care.
We are going to go.
Usually it's
Well,
everyone
first-
else's fault.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And it still is because it's Searka. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start.
I'm down,
with our
baby. I'm
first
down.
debate, everybody. Thank you very much for your patience. Thank you for tuning in. I guess we're not going to do the stream together thing tonight because I don't think anybody else is streaming. So it's just you just got to be here to watch it.
I am streaming.
You are? Who said that?
Casey.
It's Casey, but we have the same viewers, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, except we get better viewers if we whatever.
Keep
I sent you an
fucking
invite to the stream together. So
rolling.
if you find that, I'll send it again here in just a second once we get started. Vigi, yes or no? You're not streaming, correct?
Oh, Vigi, you're muted.
You're muted in Discord.
Oh
I
my
went
God.
live and joined already.
You did? Okay, beautiful. Well, then in that case, yeah. So we got 3 minutes on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the invites sent out while you guys start cooking. 3 minutes is on the clock. This is going to go to you first, Testes. You know how it works here. I will start the clock when you start to talk. So go ahead.
Alrighty. A federal employee should not be able to make money betting on the same government decisions that they help carry out, hear about first, or influence from the inside. Simply put, this is about trust in institutions. And if people lose faith that government decisions are being made in the public interest, then institutions stop functioning the way they're supposed to. It's not always one giant scandal or smoking gun. The risk being run is a slow erosion over time. It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Let's go.
Losing public trust has far-reaching implications through all levels of government and society. The most obvious issue here is the conflict of interest of using non-public information for personal financial gain. If the conflict of interest is the loaded gun, then abuse is pulling the trigger. Good ethics rules do not wait for the shot to be fired. In public institutions, the standard is not don't commit a provable crime. The standard is also impartiality, integrity, and public confidence. That's why ethics laws exist in the
This
first
thing's
place.
on a commercial
If
break.
the standard were
I don't
only
remember
punish abuse after it is clearly proven,
exactly
then
what
we
the
would not have
prompt
things
was.
like judicial recusal rules, disclosure rules, gift restrictions, or anti-nepotism rules in the first place. Those rules exist because the structure and appearance of impartiality matter more before abuse occurs. And that is exactly the problem.
I got
current
you on-
system asks, how can you
I got you on
prove
Discord,
they
right?
traded illegally? But the better question is, why are they allowed to be in that position at all? A conflict of interest is not the same thing as proven abuse. It is the condition that creates serious risk and undermines trust whether or not abuse can be proven. And this abuse is not hypothetical. There are examples, including through a Polymark trader who made $400,000 betting on the capture of Nicolas Maduro, and another bet where the White House press secretary made a speech that lasted for less than 65 minutes. They profited because the speech abruptly ended 30 seconds before
What?
the 65-minute mark.
My ult?
More recently, there's
Yeah, I
been
just sent you a
bets
DM
surrounding the Iran war as
and
well as the
added ya.
prices or the manipulation of oil price. And 6 newly created accounts made around $1.2 million betting on when Trump would strike Iran. 40 lawmakers, as early as March 30th, which was less than a week ago, have signed a letter petitioning the CFTC to investigate these things, proving that this is a known issue. And the key issue here is the advantage doesn't have to come from a clean, provable leak. It can come from timing, it can come from personal internal awareness, it can come from knowing something is likely to happen. It doesn't have to be a single classified document. From the outside, the public can't tell the difference of a lucky bet or a well-timed insider bet. That uncertainty alone is corrosive and why the current laws are inadequate. Lastly, my opponent will say that the current laws are adequate as they are. Some of them are, but the rules are not enough because they are mostly reactive and not preventative. They work best against the cleanest and dumbest cases after the fact when you can prove exactly what someone knew and when they knew it. Prediction markets are dangerous precisely because they reward the gray zone of timing, internal awareness, and plausible deniability. The standard for public institutions cannot be, it's probably fine. Thank you.
All right, good stuff. So now we're going to go ahead and go to 3 minutes of open cross
bet.
examination.
So I'm not-
This is directed questioning from.
I'm not even on his
this
channel
is his
right now,
opportunity
so-
to poke holes,
Shout
set up
out
arguments,
the red
etc.
of reason. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So very much, sir.
3 minutes is
And
on
of
you,
course,
Vigi. I will start whenever you start to talk.
for the overlord.
Yeah. So, question: do all federal employees have access to information before the public does?
So that's a bit of an open question. I would say I think it's an obvious no. Not all, like the janitors probably don't have access to privileged information. Like offhand.
I would say most of them don't, because I mean, like the post office employees definitely don't. Like, obviously, you mentioned the janitors and stuff. So I mean, your problem seems to be mostly like with like obscure bets on like poly market. I mean, couldn't we just limit what people could bet on instead of just banning federal employees from all prediction markets?
So I think that creates more administrative oversight. When, for example, let's say that we allow for maybe something with like sports bettings. Well, what if a political figure or Trump is going to make a speech, say at a football game or something, if they're going to wear a specific color tie at some event? So there's a lot of cross where I don't think you can cleanly separate these things. And the point
Thank you,
is
thank you
that
so
it's
very,
an
very
overall
much,
principle
sir.
or an overall rule.
Much appreciated.
And because they are in a position where they may be able to get access to information, I think it's better to just have a blanket rule that says they're not allowed to do it.
So I mean, I can understand mostly like the argument for like appointed and elected officials, but why like the regular federal employees?
Right. So this is referred to as a I guess would be a bright line ethics rule. So this is it's supposed to be a clean line, and part of the reason is I think to avoid any ambiguity. Part of the initial reason I said in my opening was that these things have to be proven after the fact. So who knew what and when? It's a lot more administrative oversight, a lot more cost that goes into trying to do these.
There's supposed to be
micro-policings of certain
laws
things
against
so
the
I think
insider
that's why
trading.
A ban outright. would be
Those
a
laws are
cleaner
just not
solution.
being enforced, as far as I understand.
Yeah, but
the
doesn't
prediction
banning
markets
just drive
you just do whatever.
the issues underground and prevent disclosure?
So disclosure, I would say there can be a tracking of wrongdoing, but I don't think that I don't think that disclosure actually solves the issue. Again, think of it as a preventative versus after the fact. So a disclosed conflict would still be a conflict. I don't think that disclosing it solves the core issue here.
Fair enough. We have 30 seconds left, so I don't think we have time for another question.
Vibe music or no vibe music?
Go ahead and put a button on it.
I'm going to turn it on. Tell me if you don't want
All
it.
right, then in that case, Vigilante, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 minutes on the clock for you. Whenever you're ready,
Yeah,
sir.
right.
Clock will start whenever
They
you
got her
start
good.
to-
They got her good.
There we go. Go ahead.
Yep. So prediction markets derive their value from the aggregation of diverse information from private sources.
we got one no
to
music.
Estimate the probability of events. This includes things like sports betting, political betting, on
Anyone else?
things like poly market, and then also future
No.
bettings on stocks. What do all of these things have in common? They're effectively gambling. Why should we ban federal employees from gambling? It's an absurd proposition. You can claim this is
No, it's not.
trading purposes.
Exactly
Abandoning
because
them
of
from all forms
Nancy
of prediction
Pelosi.
betting is just to prevent them from doing insider trading is ridiculous overreach. There's already bans on insider trading, including the insider trading on prediction markets for the economy. We can agree that they don't really enforce this though, and there are ways
Maybe
to achieve
40
what
years
we'd be
ago.
trying to achieve with this that don't limit what 2.2 million federal employees can do in their free time. The best way that we could get rid of these is remove the House Ethics Committee and create an independent ethics enforcement agency that the head of which is elected and not appointed to limit the bias as much as possible. But obviously that's an unlikely and unrealistic proposition because it would require a addition to the Constitution, and we're not going to get that anytime soon. Alternatively, we can but we could require all elected
So
and
if
appointed
you're on
officials,
vertical,
to put their assets in
check
a
the
blind
link
trust
so that you can be
while
part
they
of
hold
the poll.
office. That is the most
You got a
realistic
good
thing
poll going.
that we could do, and that we can require and should require. Another important aspect of this is that banning things like this just drive it underground. So instead of stopping people like Nancy Pelosi from doing sketchy shit in the stock market, we just get Nancy Pelosi doing sketchy shit in the stock market without the disclosure of what she's doing. Which is why, if you value
But the
government
disclosure doesn't help us.
transparency, we shouldn't want this. Why should we want to make it easier?
What is the disclosure
for the government
doing?
to hide what they are doing?
If nothing's being
The biggest
enforced.
thing here, though, is why should we prevent regular federal employees from betting in prediction markets? If a postal worker wants to bet on the election and bet on companies' futures or bet on their favorite sports team,
See,
we
that's a
shouldn't
cheap.
be in a wallet of.
That's a cheap thing.
2.2
We're not talking
million
about
federal
postal
employees
workers. We're talking
telling
about people
them
who can
what they
actually
can and
affect
can't
change
spend
and
their
then
money
bet
on.
for that change.
And if they get rich off of doing it, they can quit their shitty underpaid jobs. So good for them. And I see the rest of my time.
All right.
Yep.
So we are now going to go back over to you,
Shout out to
Testy.
John Castle.
So
welcome,
whenever
welcome. I
you
think
are
should be able
ready,
to,
we're going to go ahead
to
and
bet. Should really power affect the markets.
going to go ahead
which
and
should be
have
the
you
distinction.
cross-examine Vigi. So 3 minutes
Right,
is on
but
the
how
clock.
do
We'll start when
you?
start.
How do you?
Sure, I have a small
do
favor to
that?
ask. I have a list of questions brought up here. Could you possibly maybe
The
actually,
vertical
you know what,
or
hang on, let me
the
arrange my
landscape?
windows
I'll
here so
drop
I can
it for
see the
you.
timer. That's on me. Okay.
Cheers. And again, I won't
Okay.
start the clock till you start.
You
Okay, so
Heimdall, it's in the description. You can't click it.
sorry, 2 seconds. Alrighty. So Vigi, so at a just so we can kind of find some common ground here at a basic level, do you agree that there are at least some cases where it would be inappropriate for a federal employee to
Good
bet
question.
on the prediction market?
Good question.
Are there examples that you could think of?
I would, generally speaking, I would say just like elected and appointed officials, and only that.
I mean, unless he's going
So when you say
postal.
elected and appointed, do you mean like betting on the outcomes of elections, or?
No, I mean like federal. The only federal employees, I would say.
I see. To who it
are-
applies to.
Again, this is the
Yeah,
link to get
are
over
one-
to
the ones that are
the
appointed and ones
the
who are
landscape stream.
Anybody
it should
other
be
than
in
that,
the description.
I don't see a actual.
But if you
point to it.
can't click it there,
Okay.
then
Um,
it is right there.
so-
Otherwise, just go to my
So would you
channel
say that at least
and you'll
from
see, like,
the,
click the channel.
I guess the outside looking in, so from
And
the
you'll see
public
it.
looking at this, would you at least agree
The one
that,
without the phone emoji
that it's not clear to
is the one you
public
want.
whether something can be a lucky bet or whether it's a well-timed insider bet? Do you think that there's an appearance of malfeasance, even if there may not be?
Not necessarily.
like,
I'm pretty sure
this is the
most
vertical
people
one.
just assume
So it's just
somebody
with-
got lucky and
without the
who
vert.
made the
That's what
bet is
you're looking
actually
for.
disclosed. We could think of examples of this, like with the GameStop stuff, where they were trying to fucking tank GameStop by shorting it in the stock market, doing shorting bets. And a bunch of like big name people were betting on that, and including some Congress people. And then they end up losing a fuckload of money because of, well, the internet.
Okay, I got a quick two-part question. So, I think you had mentioned this in your opening. So, would you advocate for maybe something like just better disclosure, like better transparency, or is that something you do think it's sort of okay as it is?
Better transparency. Like my main focus whenever it comes to like reforming the financials of people elected and appointed officials is primarily transparency, and then the fact that I don't necessarily think while they're in office they should have any control of their
We
money
got a
at
lot of
all. I think their
OGs.
money should be put into
OGs
blind trust.
had life going on, and now they're back. Now they're
Okay,
back. Soil is an
so-
OG.
Okay, applying trust. Sorry, I'm just making a note of that here. I'm just having 30 seconds. I can throw another one there. Let's see. So just to be clear, I want to kind of drive this point home. Do you think that? Well, you say you don't necessarily think it leads to the impropriety, or like looks like something wrong is happening. Do you think at the very least that this could erode public trust in institutions? Do you think that
Welcome to the
appearance
land of the
corruption would do this?
landscapers.
Not with futures betting. I think the insider trading stuff, for the most part, is what does that. And the reason for that is because the House pretty much has control on whether or not those ethics things are actually enforced, and the House doesn't actually enforce them.
Y'all just go ahead and
I
keep
don't either.
rolling into the open conversation.
I don't either. I think you're right, David.
Sure. So one of the things you brought up was possibly an ethics board, and you said that that wouldn't happen because of the Constitution, all of these things. Even just
I'm
kind
gonna
of at the
pee.
end there, you mentioned how the House doesn't really, I guess, do its job, quote unquote. It sounds like you're sort of tacitly admitting that there is a problem, at least, that needs to be addressed. But when I asked you some of these clarifying questions, I think the main one being the first one there, where if you would agree that maybe there are some cases, and you did say for elected and appointed officials, but so you're limiting your scope specifically to those people when any federal employee could access information. I can give you an example, and why I would even say for janitors or maybe people who work at whatever these other places, lower level people. There are interdepartmental, interagencies issues. Sometimes things will go through one department before another. It doesn't have to be.
It went well. Thank you.
It could just be having the foreknowledge, maybe hours before something happens. It could be seeing just a memo or an email chain.
I think he meant no gambling
by you, right? So I don't think that the barrier is very high. And I think that's why I would put much more scrutiny on beyond just people who are elected or appointed.
100% of you said, hell no.
Anybody,
I agree.
I mean, with doing this kind of thing in general, it's still kind of more a innocent till proven guilty type of thing. You're just kind of assuming that people are
correct.
The people that are making these lucky bets are people who have insider knowledge. When we because of the fact that for the most part they're undisclosed, we don't have any proof of that.
I agree on its face, and I think one of the things I said in my opening is I think what I would view as the problem, which you seem to disagree with, is I think that there is something to be said about optics. When I'm talking about things like integrity and public trust,
that's what he needs to narrow down on.
That something
corrupt. He's talking about postal workers. Why shouldn't the postal worker be able to bet?
Public trust.
That's not what we're talking about.
And so,
yeah, but even if we're talking about gambling, we're basically just talking about gambling, though. Like the gambling in general erodes the trust.
Sometimes I'll be like, gambling, like, wait, what the fuck? Right over my head. Yeah, we all get that.
When we look at sports betting, it because of the higher influence of casinos and stuff in sports betting, people now believe like the MLB is rigged. They believe the NFL is rigged. They would believe the NBA is rigged. Like this happens in general just because of gambling.
I'm DMing Tyler.
I would say there's a massive difference between somebody, even if it is rigged. I would say there is a massive difference between somebody thinking that a sports game is rigged versus real world events where you're monetizing your proximity to government power. So some of the examples I brought up, the easiest one that comes off the top of my head is the $400,000.
The NBA for sure.
When Nicolas Maduro was arrested, and this bet was made, I believe, hours before this had happened. Another example is before Iran was bombed, literally within hours, 6 separate Polymarket accounts made $1.2 million.
Yep.
So I think that there is it seems like a lot of smoke for no fire. And when we're saying we don't know who it is, I understand prediction markets.
So he's like, this is just preemptive. Yeah, we're trying to prevent this.
So there's wallets, and then there's sort of a chain that you can follow. If the government really decides to, they could subpoena, they could maybe try to access these records, find out who made these trades. There doesn't seem to be that much interest in doing that. And I'm just going to tie that in really quick with what I said before about administrative costs, to try to micro police all of these separate things, because we don't know if it's somebody who's right next to Trump, or we don't know if it's some pencil pusher down below. All of these people work with sensitive information, right? Or potentially come across sensitive information.
He was cammed up.
So I think that there's
he's debating this thing
that is placed on
so
them.
he's like, okay, well then I'll do it too.
Cleaner just to not allow them to participate in these markets. It's more than just gambling.
What is this from?
What I'm saying.
Here,
I was just
here's the
thinking
thing,
about
like,
something
even
like
if-
this.
Even if, say, we did your proposition, we would still
Bang,
get these
bang,
lucky bets.
bang,
Because, like, here's
bam,
the thing.
ba-dam, bam,
Like,
bam,
even
bam,
if
right?
this is insider trading,
Da,
which
da,
is, it would be
da.
enforceable.
What
and
is
they could
that?
still go to jail if we actually had an enforcement mechanism for it, because we already insider trading in general is already illegal, and that's what this would be. But the reason why we don't have that enforcement is because that enforcement is, one, left up to the FBI, two, is left up to the House Ethics Committee, and nobody's going
If
to
you did,
investigate
you're dumb.
the government, because we don't have anybody to
That being said,
investigate the
Bitcoin is not
government.
doing great
And
right
we
now.
can see this with a lot of different things that have happened. We know of a lot of Congress people who do insider trading in the stock market, and
There's like
including
a-
like the famous
movie
example that the right always likes to bring up,
or a
being Nancy
show.
Pelosi.
Bang,
There's
bang,
so
bang,
many.
bang,
the
bang, bang,
issue
bang,
here
bang,
isn't
bang.
like the access in general.
Oh
It's
man, I'm gonna
the
start
fact that
because
it's
later
not enforced.
I'm gonna come back to it.
Well, sure, but it's
I
one of
can't-
those things where it sounds a little bit like, well, we've tried nothing and nothing can be done. I mean, in the case of these things, we're saying, well, the principle that I'm laying out is that something should be done, something ought to be done about these things.
I'm
as
the
opposed
affirmative.
to-
So I believe
again, it sounds like you're ceding a little bit. That you're saying that
personhood
there is a problem that
begins
even
at
you're
conception.
identifying here that does exist. So if you're saying, well, it's not properly enforced,
I got a little
can agree
bit
with you on that front, right?
definitely no
so
Trump
I'm advocating that these things shouldn't be allowed, and that there's a little bit of.
I could have told you the
cross between,
opposite. I'd be like, oh yeah, no, of course,
versus
I'm
stocks, right? But I would
pro-abortion.
also
Have you
agree
come
with
in
the
and just
stock
like boom?
trading. I do think that there are examples
Still
where
no
people sit
word
on
from
boards,
Searka, but
security boards and things, and they've made stock trades. And yes, there is some quote unquote disclosure that these things are publicly accessible,
walla, bing, bang.
but there doesn't seem
Remember
to be
that
consequences. And so
forever.
again, I think a cleaner option is just to not give them the option. And because again, even if things are above board and they're just great at predicting these events or whatever it may be, the appearance
We'll
of
see.
is the issue.
We all
thing that
have
you're missing here is the
person.
fact that them doing that is already illegal. The problem is we don't enforce it because the people who are meant to enforce that is the government. Like, we don't have any oversight of the government, and that's the problem.
So we're talking on kind of both sides of the coin, right? So I'm talking more about a prophylactic type of step where we do something before the corruption is allowed. And I think I highlighted some of the issues. I think good ethics standards prevent abuse before they happen. And so I
That's
said, like,
what
judges
Searka's
recusing
gonna
themselves,
do.
for example. There are anti-nepotism laws where we
And I don't need
recognize
to.
that
This is
something can
such
be
an
ripe
easy
for abuse,
debate.
and that's why we're trying to address
is
it
such an easy
before
debate.
the abuse can happen, as opposed to something
I was a
has
little
happened,
worried.
now it has to be investigated. Now we have to prove, what did they know? When did they know it? Was it passed off through a family member? I know there's things with Pelosi, right? There were trades by her husband. People, and because the alternate line is,
Because the
well,
Constitution
it's not going to stop
says
them. What
rights are
happens to them
given to
reaching out
persons.
their cousin or a friend,
And so
right?
the left
But
argues
just because
that
people will
fetuses are not
circumvent these
persons.
things and try to get around them is
And
not a
I'm gonna
reason
argue that they are.
not to try to enforce
But-
strong ethics standards to prevent them from abusing them.
Yeah, but at the same time, again, like when we're
I wanted to say this is
when we put these rules in
good stuff.
place,
Even though
and
it went
even-
over
so
100K,
I
double
grant
your
that,
money and get out.
and,
You
like,
would
we
never
put
think that
this
it would
rule
go
into
that high.
place.
So
it's
good
not
job.
going to be enforced because of the mechanisms of enforcement. Like, so, like, there's like
double
there's
read
some
it. I
great
was like, wait,
examples here with, like different people in Congress and different people in the government who have, like,
I mean, it's
or
pretty
their
common.
family members have gotten
It's pretty common in
caught
the abortion
doing or
debate
dealing drugs, and then they just, like, don't
because
go to
their
jail.
argument is that a
issue
fetus is
here
not a person, therefore
like,
you
that
can
the-
kill it.
That laws don't exist. It's
I
that
believe
when
that.
you're talking about the government, the way the government works currently, at least, the government is effectively above the law.
I agree. I feel like we're describing the same issue that we're both seeing, and we simply have different approaches to it. And so, what I want to do is, I'm not sort of throwing out the baby with the bathwater, right? I feel like that there are moments for nuance, right? Like, if you were to come to me, and I guess I'm trying to make a little bit of an olive branch. I'm saying, sure, if the category that these people the federal employees are restricted to is only sports betting, I mentioned some issues that could potentially arise, but let's say it's something innocuous, right? It's not related to real world events that are happening. It's not the price of oil. It's not, is the U.S. going to take Carg Island? It's not things that affect people's lives in a deeply affect people's lives in a negative way. I might be more amicable to that because I agree that does fall more on the side of simply gambling. But when we're talking about events that affect people in the real world, I think that having people in government who are not profiting, there's no perverse incentive, for them to be able to exploit real world events. I put that at such a high bar, and I don't want to gish gallop, but it's similar for people who are maybe police officers or people who work in the medical field. There are certain expectations when you have a certain job that
there's Searka.
you are expected to abide by. And so I would simply say that this would be part of their job. They're not being deprived of something. It's because we're putting trust into them that we have this high bar in the first place.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, we like say the example you used with like the Maduro arrest.
Sorry,
like,
Rev.
Even
He's
if,
on his way.
that was some random like federal employee, which it probably wasn't. It was probably some random dude who just got lucky. Like if it's some random person at the Pentagon, who fucking cares? Like genuinely, who cares?
Welcome to the
Like,
party.
Like if it's not some like actually elected official, we shouldn't care. Like these people, like yeah, they might have some more inside information, but like
that's true.
They're working really shitty jobs that most of them are getting underpaid for. So if they get a chance to actually make some real money off of like a lucky bet,
Off of
that they
our
already had
fucking
information about,
society?
who cares?
I do, because they're making money off of a situation where we should all be making
sorry,
that money.
Horseradish, is the timer still going?
Well, I sorry, you guys, you didn't know this, but I have the ability to add up to 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. My
if you
mistake.
guys are in the middle of a thought,
I'm more than
or in the
happy
middle,
I'm more than happy to
keep going. Keep going.
Sure. So, well, I said in my opening statement, so it sounds with that last little bit, I mean, I feel like you're ceding to basically that some corruption is okay, or that, well, they like, because we're saying, well, you're kind of maybe not quite speaking out both
It's
sides of your mouth.
so
You're saying, well, if
difficult
it's
for
some
me
low-level
not to be,
grunt, then, who gives a
there's
shit?
their
Their job is
guy.
hard.
There he
Let them make bank
is.
and kind of sail off into the sunset. Or
It's so
but if
hard
it's
for me to
somebody
not
that's super
like
high up,
react
it's like,
and
well,
be
the
like,
government
well, wait.
doesn't do anything about it anyway because they're the problem. So it sounds like from both ends, it's like there's no solutions that could really be put forth. I understand
Well,
your
no, I
idealistic
mean, so like
solutions of panel or ethics board. Like
Radish
I would agree with
isn't
those, but my
happy. What is
sorry,
this
sorry,
song
I
about?
don't want again. I don't want to
You
dominate
guys
the
can hear
conversation.
me. Go ahead and stop. Apparently, whenever somebody new joins in, Chief, it changes everything. Fuck me. Everything just shit the bed.
Oh,
Changes how?
right.
It shifted everything
I'm
off
gonna
the
have to
screen.
restart
and
here.
his-
All right, so I'm sorry, everybody. Please stop.
Yeah, you're good.
I guess, yeah, moving forward, if somebody is not here on time, they are just not going to be participating. I will have somebody ready to step in immediately if somebody is not going to be here on time. Because this
class.
it was working fine until somebody showed up.
I'll debate you though. We can debate on my channel whenever.
All right,
We don't got to do
so give me just
15
a few
minutes.
moments, everybody, while I
We're
get
just-
all this fucking set up again.
Let's see what this is looking like.
Should just take a minute to reconnect these
So
screens.
okay, so that one's working, that one's working, that one's working. So let's see, Casey Lee. Let's see.
Live. Okay.
Now you know what? I think I have to actually leave the room because some of them are working and some of them aren't. Unless Casey leaves and comes back in, that's a pain in the dick. So, and then turn
Just
your
let
camera
it-
back on for me, buddy.
Just let us know what you need. If you need us to disconnect, or
I
you
know.
need
I'm
to
just
disconnect
gonna
either way.
fucking leave. God damn it.
One of them days. It's just one of them days. There is Soil. It's called
Yeah, we're
StreamYard.
going to be on stream. He's just got to reconnect.
It's called
to
StreamYard. I do
video
not
because of
understand why
I
so many
guess this
people
is
are against
why
StreamYard.
People use StreamYard instead of Discord. So the problem with using, I'm just going to explain things as he reconnects and just kind of vamp a little bit. So
No
the
dead
problem
air.
with
No dead air.
using Discord is like people like come and go, so you can't really have them in specific windows.
Let's
And
go,
so he did this
baby.
workaround
You let me
before
know.
where
We'll
he
make
would
it
put,
happen.
like an A
We'll
in front
make it
of
happen.
the half team and an N in front of the negative team. And so that would kind of put people in a kind of generic right spot. But we had found this web extension that actually turns everyone's videos into like streamables, like that he could individually move around and control. And that seemed like it was going to be a good idea until we're encountering these flaws today live on the fly because we couldn't test it. We didn't have enough people to test it kind of before.
Yeah,
do you need us all to
damn,
rejoin?
a
Because it
million.
seems like, oh, nope.
At least.
Nope, I'm getting there.
Let's do
I just need
Okay, cool.
Searka and Vigilante to figure out their cameras.
Are we? Yeah, so this is what they're looking like on there. So, oh, I'm Searka.
Sorry about
Searka's
this, everybody.
Searka looking good
Really do
there.
appreciate
God damn.
y'all's patience.
No, not a
And
little
Discord
joke.
shit the bed again.
I
How
thought it
much
was
are you
funny.
paying for StreamYard, Lush?
Yeah.
It's like $200 a year, dude. And like sometimes, you know, it'll have an issue, but I don't know why people are so against it.
I'm not against it. It's just making a second place that I have to do this. Like I've got the Discord set up already. You know what I mean? Having to then take it elsewhere. Like, and I'm not trying to get too like into the mix with it, but I've noticed that you have been seeking to get people more active in your Discord channel. And I feel like this is the reason, is because everything is Discord centered on mine. People are active in the Discord. Whereas because yours, there's two different places, you're not going to get that same. That's just my
But
guess. I was going to tell you
StreamYard
about
is
that
just
anyways.
for the live streams anyway, so it doesn't seem
Yeah.
like it's that bad of
Maybe not.
bad of an option if it allows you to do what you want to do.
If it
Basically,
fixes this fucking problem,
basically
yes.
all they needed was just one camera previously, or before it would be like 2 or 3 cameras. You know, it just the stream has grown and kind of changed over the last like couple of years, and so now he's at a point where we've kind of reached the limits of what we could do with Discord. And so now we do need to start exploring options, potentially like StreamYard. So
True story.
Which means you're leveling up, brother.
that's right.
Yeah.
And
So
I get that, but it also feels really shitty when stuff like this happens because it's
Growing
like, well,
pains.
now I look janky. as
Wrath,
fuck,
are
you
you
know what I
more
mean?
when you say nerd stuff?
Historically, I have
Do you
always
mean
been
more
the
like
jankiest
video
streamer on
games?
Twitch,
Do you mean
so-
more like anime? Do you more mean like
It's
just
sexy when it
movies and
works.
TV in general?
It is.
What,
It was
'cause
working like a
I
fucking
nerd
charm,
out
too, so,
on some stuff, but like I don't
just
play
grab-
games and I'm not into
Auntie, can we buy StreamYard?
anime.
Yeah, I mean, unironically, that is going to be.
I mean, how
yeah.
many of this? 1 9. I think you could. I think you just at least for next time. I think you can get away with the free version with 9 people.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We wouldn't be able to do it for the 5v5s though.
And I'm happy
Because
to.
I think it's a max. I think it caps out at 10.
Yeah, 10.
I think 9 or 10.
Yeah, 10. Muted. All right. Did I see? God, black one. I mean, that would make a lot of sense.
Somebody please help me remember. Somebody please help me remember
Remember the worry.
where we were at.
Remember the Alamo?
Oh,
5th of
they
November?
were just-
Alright.
we were.
Alright,
They were
November.
wrapping up the
Open.
The open, yeah.
dialogue. Yeah.
I think judges' questions is next, and then closing.
Thank
if
you.
I'm not mistaken.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sorry for being late, everyone.
It's all right.
All good.
It's okay.
It only fucked everything up.
Well, I mean, that's a good question. And I think Searka's actually going to try to talk about this. But
and
Fair
because
enough.
you
We
guys-
just didn't have the technology to support your net.
my position is just going to be, okay, like that is definitely an issue if those are given full personhood, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't deal with those complications.
I got the majority of my points out, and hopefully
Very
Gigi
cool.
did as well.
I just had one
Yeah, I
last
think
thing to
we did.
respond
You
to.
can't
so-
figure out
Yeah, that's
your-
totally fine as well.
me up, Trump.
Watch
You're
video
like
for
black.
Vigilante.
Your previous comment. What was your previous comment?
Copy.
That statement is BS because the chromosomes are
Is it
determined
actually
instantly
streaming?
at fertilization,
Vigilante.
and that stage is just a part of male development. Yeah, it just in terms of the I don't remember
Yeah, and
the
in the
exact.
future, we're gonna have to kind of do this in advance, hopefully.
That's what you should have been doing. Yeah. The you're talking about the statement about how we all are female, and then we get into development. That's not exactly how it works for all intents and purposes. A zygote doesn't really have other than the gametes, like the physically doesn't have anything different than
The judge. That's okay.
You know, we would
There's
see
no
on
all gotta piss
a
from
male
time
or a
to time.
female.
Wait, what happened?
Tyler walked away. It looks like.
It's all right. He will be back, I'm sure, very, very quickly.
He might even be listening. I'm just not sure.
I'm gonna hope he can hear us. So you said there he is. You said you had one more thing you wanted to clear up there. So let's go ahead and go back to this. We'll restart the clock. Go ahead and put the bow on that last point you wanted to make there, Vigi.
Yeah, so you're talking about like how basically saying some level of corruption is okay. Which I mean, to a degree that I am saying like some level of what you would consider.
Whoops! I almost started
corruption,
talking when I wasn't muted. How many
like
embryos?
whenever we're talking about the people who don't actually have power to make decisions.
Embryos
Yeah, sure.
are-
Who actually cares? It's the people that can actually make the decisions that the corruption matters. If you can't make decisions, you being a little bit corrupt outside of like law enforcement, it doesn't matter.
Just one.
All right.
Just one.
Good stuff. So now we're going to go ahead and leave it here for the judges' questions. Well, we're going to in a second here. So
Yeah, let's
judges. do
let's
you
talk in the
guys
back. Well,
have-
we could definitely
I
figure
know
something
y'all
out
were
like
trying
that.
to pay
And I-
attention there. Judges, do you guys have questions?
I really do want to
for,
do more like pop
we're gonna
culture
start with
stuff.
the Ask
So I'm definitely down.
Testes. Do you have a question for Testes? All right, looks like Tyler, you're already ready first. So go ahead and hit
You don't have
Testes with your
You don't
question.
have to be done. This is you're asking
All right,
good questions.
Since your ethical argument right now is kind of in the lead, I feel like it hasn't been addressed
No.
properly. I'm going to be a bit tougher on you with my question, just because I like to see a nice, fair debate that gets as close to even as possible.
Yeah, see, I'm not. I don't know
So-
much about any of that stuff, but we could definitely find something.
When
We'll,
Vic was doing cross with you, he asked you about just banning.
We'll
the
talk in
specific
DMs. We'll
type of
definitely find
bets you
something.
wanted. The only question from Cross that I thought really accomplished anything. He asked you, what kind of bets do you want to ban? Your response is, I don't want to ban those specific types of bets. That would be over-regulation.
Yep.
But your prescription here is to completely do pre-crime, essentially. Assume that these people are all borderline criminals just waiting for their opportunity to
Like,
steal.
are you
and
watching
deface the government
Invincible,
and commit fraud in some
Shrinking,
way, or blah, blah,
Severance,
blah.
Yellow Jackets?
And you're essentially
any of
policing
those?
them to the point where they're not even allowed to participate in fully legal activities because they're potentially guilty actors. How is yours not significantly more regulatory and over policing if his suggestion is just to ban some bad bets?
So I ground this in the overall principle that I'm sort of coming at this from, which is that especially with public office or people working for the federal government, I think that the image of corruption is almost just as important as if there is actually corruption. So I don't see this as a punitive thing. Like I would say that another example, which I had brought up as well, would be that if you want to call it pre-crime, there are ethics standards with things where judges have to
Preventing you
recuse
from doing a
themselves.
crime
There's
is not
anti-nepotism
pre-crime.
rules. There are disclosure rules, and these are
Pre-crime-
designed to address things before they
Pre-crime is
become an issue.
punishing you.
So I would say
before.
that yeah, it's not punishing, I guess, law-abiding people.
Fucking
It's sort of like
Google.
one asshole drinks in the park.
That's
and
what I
gets
thought.
Drunk, and now none of us can drink in the park.
But it does actually make sense because if they put in a bunch and they all
So I meant to put 1 minute on the
are
clock, not
there,
3 minutes, so that was perfect.
then
All right,
you are going to be
now
optimal.
let's, Chief. Do you also have a question ready?
Give me a second just to put it together.
No worries. And it looks like everything's working again, so fucking huzzah.
With him,
As long as nobody leaves,
I'm gonna be
nobody
the
turns off their
spur.
cameras,
I gotta
nobody mutes,
I gotta bring the energy.
Nobody fucking move.
He's very like,
Just
okay,
hold
well,
your breath.
technically, we shouldn't do
All right,
this
you ready?
because this is that.
Yeah.
Put me to sleep.
So Vigi made the point that it's already illegal. Tessie, do you agree with that perspective? And if so, how should enforcement be fixed?
Yeah, so we didn't quite get into this. I did cite some specific laws that this does apply to in my links in the side there.
Should we go to ChatGPT? Let's see what GPT.
So sorry, could you just ask the question again real quick? I got a little sidetracked.
So Vigi had kind of described that practice as already being illegal. Do you agree with that characterization? And if so, how should enforcement be fixed?
Oh, sure. So there are things that are illegal, like insider trading. Sort of the point I was making before is that it's sort of the prophylactic, addressing it before it's an issue versus trying to prosecute and address what criminal activity happened after the fact. So I would say that there are some laws on the books
like
that,
a bunch.
they do try to address some
Like,
of these
totally.
things.
Oh,
I would just say that they are currently inadequate. Does that answer your question?
All right. So, unfortunately, because I've been doing all of the tech stuff, I have not been able to prepare a question myself. So you guys are getting off easy. You're only getting 2 judges, one from each question, or one question from each judges. So we're gonna go ahead and head on over to
That's what I was saying.
now. Tyler, you got a question for Vigilante, please.
Yeah, so his affirmative argument on the practical level, you guys have addressed it. You've only even come to some sort of mutual conclusion on it. But where he's not being met at is on his
That's
ethical
where
argument.
it is, guys.
The only time you've
God damn
addressed that, I feel like, was saying
historically,
because of lack of
early
enforcement,
2000s,
no matter what
often
we do,
3 to
isn't gonna
5
work,
at
which
once
is a
to increase
practical
success
argument, but
rates.
it's not addressing him ethically. So I want to give you a chance to re-ask one of his questions and give you a chance just to answer it like straight up without any debate.
Damn, there's mad
Should we
ads
not hold
on
those in
Twitch.
government to a higher standard where they have to give up actions that a normal person might be able to do because they
That's
might
the goal.
morally compromise
That's the
their
goal.
position in the government or their authority they retain as somebody in the government? My example was going to be
Story of
drug
my
tests
fucking
and
life,
not
guys.
allowing
Story of
police
my
officers
fucking
to do
life.
drugs because they're in a field where they're arresting people for drugs.
Like,
and they
I don't
could
even
easily
know, like, why you
develop
even
some sort of
think
addiction.
that way, okay?
So we hold him
I
to a
just
higher
gotta-
standard. He
I just
used
gotta use the
nepotism
vocal
and other
fry.
things like that with judges. We are
Like, oh my god.
prescribing. So why would this one be uniquely bad?
That's a question I'm hoping that
so
doesn't come
more
up.
so it's the mechanism of how he wants to do it. I mentioned in my opening statement the way that I would actually want to fix this more so because like the only part where I actually see an ethical problem is like appointed and elected officials, which is why we kind of came to the agreement on that. I don't see any ethical problems with like people who can't make a decision being able to do this personally. But with elected and appointed officials specifically,
And
the
now we
ones who
struggle
actually
streaming.
can make the decisions, the solution
anybody
that
on
I would
Vertical?
put in place instead of this,
We have nobody on
is
Vertical,
the,
so I am going to
requiring
shut
them
that
to put
down.
their assets in a blind trust. This is something that's been talked about a lot for a while. I think it's even been.
Remember, if you are on Vertical, I am shutting down the Vertical stream, but you can either click the link, it is in the description, or you can just go to the channel and it will be the only one that is still live.
Pointed that would actually achieve what he's trying to do.
Stuff. Let's Chief.